The following music is performed by the musical Messiah, aka the most dangerous Bible believer. Please be advised by how hard it hits.
Wanna have to do it, if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the true is yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You don't wanna have to do it, if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the true is yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You might know that Neo love, but Neo love O&E above. Switching lanes in the turning lane. Old school, no roof above. Carpool, no room for her. Bitch, you cartoons, we gets it up. We check the sources, you listen to voices. You are not living like us. You say you creeping in houses and all of the monsters is living in fearing of us. Pussy, we are not monsters and we are not pouncing and we are not giving a fuck. We up the score on you niggas. We done outgrown out you niggas, nigga. Yeah, with DM the G, Craig and the Craig and nobody. They saying Judah the Nash, but he be trash. Bring me the bag. Why the fuck would you brag with? No, you ain't living that bad. You are not rad. I take your choices and put them inside of a bag. Smoke them like hash, then dump out the ash and now the pussy on the crash. You don't wanna have to do it, if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the true is yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You don't wanna have to do it, if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the true is yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak bad on O&E.
All right, welcome to Paradigm Shift TV 314. This is your brother, DMG the Poet, aka Brother P. Anki, and we got a powerful show with a powerful guest. But before we get into our spiel, allow me to do my spiel. I want to say God bless to all my Christian brothers and sisters. Hotep to all my Kemetic brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum to all my brothers and sisters in the NOI. I want to say Islam to all my Moorish brothers and sisters. I want to say peace to all my brothers and sisters in the nation of God's and earth, them 5%ers. I want to say shalom to all my Israelite brothers and sisters. I want to say what's up to all my atheist brothers and sisters out there. I want to say what up to all my Abo brothers and sisters out there. I want to send a big shout out to all my Naga brothers and sisters out there. Got to give a big shout out to all my Rasta brothers and sisters. Last and certainly not least, before I get to that, big salute to all my Creator Gang brothers and sisters out there. We got a new addition to the shout out. And last and certainly not least, I want to say Jumbo to all the rest of my brothers and sisters all throughout the African diaspora, be it here in the wilderness of the United States of America or beyond. Y'all know why I say that. Greediness for one reason and one reason only. It's because if you're Black, I'm with you. And I hope you with me. Our different ideologies should not keep us from uniting. We can have unity without uniformity, and we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable. That being said, my brother, please introduce yourself to the Paradigm Shift TV 314 audience.
Salute, love, light, balance. All praise to the great spirit, man. Thank you, brother DMG, for having me on the show. Salute everybody out there. My name is Kosman Cal, and I come to rock the house. You dig what I'm talking about? So, hey.
No doubt.
I think this is going to be one of them ones. This is going to be one of them ones, DMG.
Okay. Hey, y'all heard the brother. He say this is going to be one of them ones. And I tend to agree with the brother because we haven't had a situation like this in a minute where we actually bringing something new to the audience that they haven't seen. This is one that I don't think the audience is familiar with at all. And so we about to get into something new. That being said, brother, I sent you a series of questions, and you know the family be getting on me. They say I'll be asking some complex questions, but you
was on point, bro. I think you was on point. I gotta give you a question. I gotta give you props on this one because I didn't know what I was gonna talk about, DMG. I'm gonna just be honest. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna just be honest. I didn't know, but what I did know is you have the pulse of the people on your channel. You know what they would want to ask, the in-depth type of questions, and how does this compare to this and that and that and that. And I think you did a great job on the questions, honestly, because using a WASP, you did what I'm for everybody who don't know. I am a praiser of the great spirit, not God, the God maker. Right. So there's a difference. You dig what I'm saying? And he got a lot of answers. So just answering your questions, they were in depth. You dig what I'm talking about? But what else would we expect? You know what I mean? We don't want to just beat around the bush. But if you would, man, let me share my screen with you real quick, bro.
All right.
You had asked me some very, very good questions, right? And the very first question you asked, this is what you sent me, DMG questions for Kosman Cal and Create a Game. Now, the very first question you wrote to me was, in contrast to the Black conscious community, right? Well, before we go in, I am what you would call a objective spiritualist. There are subjective spiritualists who go on feel what they think, their emotions. We are objective, right? We go with more what can be proved. You dig what I'm saying? And less to what we, right? And tonight I'm gonna be coming out of in a sense, a new book, a new Bible, right? Not a religion, right? Because in OWASP actually does the opposite of what religion does. Religion kind of binds you to an ideology. OWASP frees you from them.
Okay.
Right. So let's get into something new. I think the people are hyper intelligent and they ready to go. You dig what I'm talking about? So let's put our thinking caps on real quick and let's just get to cook. Let's just answer the questions, right?
No doubt.
Now, first question was, now this is in contrast to the Black conscious community, right? The question was, how do you reconcile the racial narratives and ancestral history emphasized in the Black conscious movement with the universalist and cosmic themes found in the OWASP Bible, right? The Creator Gang answer is, Is light compatible or reconciled by darkness? Is truth to be reconciled by falsehood? No. The same applies to the racial narratives and the narrative behind many of our ancestral histories. Firstly, narrative doesn't necessarily equate to truth. And secondly, heritage or ancestral history is proven by genealogy, so it reconciles itself. See, factually, race is a social construct forced on people. Common sense dictates then that the narrative about race is also being forced onto the people. While the micro can be reconciled with the macro, truth is never reconciled by subjectivity. Just think, DMG, right? Just think. Many people have never questioned the narrative, ever. They just accept what they've been told as truth. For many, tonight is the very first time that they will ever question the narrative about themselves. They've never asked themselves, why is my narrative being told by someone other than myself? Or does this narrative benefit other people more than it does our own people? See, common sense dictates that if there is a creator, right? If there is, and it created all things, then that would include all people. And by the way, all people is not limited, but includes Black people, the Black conscious community, Indians, Israelites, Christians, Moors, Cometians, including any and all titles this modern so-called Black community identifies with, irregardless of the fact we are all part and parcel of the same humanity. But right, let's get down into this OWASP, right? Book of Discipline. It says 5 and 15, it says, it is the will and wish of your God, and that all men become constitutionally capable of receiving and comprehending the highest light, and that they shall no longer depend on any priest, church, oracle, holy book, including OWASP, or upon consulting the spirits. And that their behavior may make them, and that their behavior may make the earth a place of peace with long life to all people for the glory of the Creator. Right? Now, see, gang not here to reconcile or appeal to somebody else's racial narrative. We're here to rewrite the narrative. And what must be understood is that what's good for all people is good for Black people. And what's good for Black people is good for all people. Book of Judgment, chapter 11. I am not exclusive, but I am with all my living creatures. To those who choose me, practicing their all highest light, I am a shield and a fortification against all darkness and against all evil and contention. But what's funny is, right? What's funny is they call this the conscious community, and yet the community isn't conscious that the voice of the Creator is misnomered as your conscience. Let that sink in a second. The voice of the Creator, you call it your conscience. And that to learn to hear the voice of the Creator or your conscience is a skill given to all men and women. And that aligns with the overall purpose of OWASP, which is to teach man to hear the voice. Look, Book of Tay, right? First of all, I'd never seen a so-called Bible or holy words or nothing, anything like that supposed to be from God or this Creator spirit tell you that 1 and 24, not immaculate. I'd never seen that. Not perfect is this book, Owaspy. But what is it for? To teach mortals how to attain to hear the Creator's voice and to see his heavens. Hold on, in full consciousness. We ain't talking about no prayers. We ain't talking about no meditation. We talking about while you driving down the street. Don't get spooked out, right? The whole point of Owaspy is for you to attain to hear the Creator's voice and to see his heavens in full consciousness while you're still living on earth, and to know in truth the place and condition waiting for you after you die. That's what Owaspy is teaching. That's the whole purpose. Now, behold, whatever you see, right? This is from Book of Jehovah's Kingdom on Earth, 21 and 12. Now, behold, whatever you hear, see, read, or any indulgence that raises you upward, right? The same is my voice or the Creator's voice to you. But whatever you hear, see, or read that casts you downward is the voice of darkness. Whoever studies to know the right shall hear me. And whoever strives to be all truth to himself and to others already hears my voice. Whoever indulges in anger, vengeance, or wrongdoing, biblical God, cast a veil upon, cast a veil up between me and himself, and he shuts out my voice. It is, what does he say? It is a talent. It is a talent to hear me. I bestow it upon all the living. It is seated where? In the soul. And by cultivation, your conscience, grows. Yes, it becomes mighty above all other talents. By its culture, man attains to all possibilities, for so I created him. Listen, y'all, remember, I'm not saying this. I'm just telling you what Owaspy said. You can take it how you want to. Don't believe it. I don't care. But stop when you hear something. Stop me when you hear something evil, one, and when it don't make sense. Right? Listen, when my voice is weak, this is the Creator speaking. Why? Because of the darkness of man, he calls me what? Conscience. Or he sets me aside as a faint impression. Now, have y'all ever noticed that you don't hear your conscience in an audible voice? It's not even in your head. It kind of hits you in your gut. This is why you call it a gut feeling. If you ever think about it, first of all, it's not like an audible voice. It like resonates, right? But think about it. That voice ain't never been wrong. Just think about it. Now, the Creator says, whoever has not heard me, if you ain't heard me, is in darkness indeed. He has not yet turned his thoughts inward to purify himself and seek wisdom. Whoever has heard me knows it. Whoever has heard me, he know it. And all the world cannot convince him to the contrary. See, in the Kosman era, we are called to question all belief and to never accept any narrative uncritically. And in this era, we are taught that to know through experience is better than belief and subjectivity. And this is why Owaspi explains knowledge is always power. Question number 2. DMG asks, the Owaspi speaks of cycles of light and darkness. How do you interpret these cycles in the context of historical and ongoing struggles of Black people? This is actually a great question, right? Let's get into it. Owaspi, Book of Escra, 28, 3 and 7. 2 things, listen, y'all, 2 things stand prominently before all men, about which there can be no dispute. You can't dispute this. And that's light and darkness. Whether you call the light Eolin or Mazd or God or Sudga, which is the Vedic word for Apollo, it matters little, provided the idea expressed has reference to that which is the highest conceived of, who is ever present and is the person from which all persons sprung. Firstly, right? The times of light and dark the planet goes through, right? The Creator explains as the mechanism used to initiate growth or change in all living things, right? So he was asking about the explanation of the light and dark cycles, right? The times of the light and dark cycles that the whole planet goes through, right? The Creator explains as the mechanism, light and dark, is the mechanism used to initiate growth or change in all living things. Book of the Creator, right? And the Creator said, behold, I caused all living creatures to gestate in darkness. And this shall be testimony to the end of the world, that when I created life on the face of earth, she traveled in my Simuan firmament. Now, you're going to see this word, Simu, right? Sounds almost like semen, right? Watch what it does, right? Now, he's saying that when why animals gestate in the dark, right? And all animals gestate in the dark, men included, right? They're birthed in a uterine lining of a womb, or they're birthed in an egg, either way in the dark, right? Now, it says that the earth was in the Simuan firmament. Now, science has found and confirmed this gelatinous substance. It confirms that it exists. Science calls it star jelly. Book of Jehovah. What is Simu, right? What is Simu? Think in terms of panspermia, right? Here go the real life stuff right here. We're going to explain, you see this gelatinous substance, we're going to explain what this is, where it come from, right? Right. Now, think in terms of panspermia. What is Simu? It's commingled earth, air, water, heat, and thick atmosphere, protoplasmic like this, right? Like a jelly, like a protoplasm, but it's colloidal. So that means the protoplasmic substance, the jelly-like substance, has a smaller substance contained within the jelly, just like semen, right?
Oh, real quick, bro. So Let me ask you this. Are you saying that the Owaspi Bible, which I'm assuming was written before science discovered this substance, speaks of this substance?
Yes.
Interesting.
Bro, it's way before science even knew anything about this.
Interesting.
This is 1881, right? Before panspermia or the idea of it None of this had been thought up in 1881. They hadn't even found the atom yet.
Okay.
Owaski break down the atoms. It break down quantum, the quantum physical and fractal world in 1881.
Because just FYI, we're gonna be opening it up for the chat, man. My ISUPK brother, man, I call him Officer Knock him out. Mm-hmm. He seemed like he's skeptical of it. So
it's okay. I mean, that's his opinion. He has the right to be opinion. I got the right to not agree with somebody who doesn't know. Right?
Okay.
So,
yeah,
it's not nothing personal or nothing like that. But what is CMU? CMU is co-mingled earth, air, water, heat, and thick atmosphere, a protoplasmic colloidal-like substance. So that means it's a substance contained within a substance, right? Also called the building block of DNA, right? The building block, the A, the C, the T, the G is contained in here. This is what Owaski is saying. And it is the precursor to life, right? Also, Owaski goes on to say, during this time, this is also the triumphant entry of oxygen to the Earth's surface, right? We know this scientifically as the Great Oxidation Event. Proven. Owaski is, before they knew this happened, right? Owaski is telling you it happened, right? So this is called the Great Oxygenation Event, right? The Great Oxygenation Event saw atmospheric levels of oxygen rise dramatically by the Phanerozoic. Oxygen reached modern levels with help of what? A new evolutionary invention called what? Land plants. Oxygen levels have fluctuated up and down, hitting a high of 35% in the Carboniferous. Today, they stand at 21% oxygen in our air, right? Also, Owaski says it is also the Y of the gestative age for the animal kingdom, or what we know as the Precambrian. What is gestation? In animals, right, it is the time between conception and birth, during which the embryo or fetus is developing within the uterus. Now look what Creator says. We're still in the same book. Jehovah said, Book of Jehovah, let there be a sign for Kosman and DMG, that comes after, so that both of them shall understand the work of my hand. And the Creator commanded that after that time, all the living should gestate in the darkness. And it was so. Now, if the prior statement is true, DMG, then we should be able to prove it, right? Objectively, correct?
Correct.
Well, the next logical question should be, is do all living animals and men gestate in the darkness of a uterus or an egg? Yes. Living animals either gestate within a dark uterine environment, which is called viviparous, or in a dark enclosed egg, which is called oviparous, right? Now, this gives us a logical explanation as to why all animals and man gestate in the darkness or the womb of an egg. Now, look, I want y'all to look at something real quick. Let me back out of this a little bit. I got to back down just a little bit so y'all can see that. Do you see this white dot in the middle of this black spot, DMG? See this white dot?
I see it.
Okay. Do you see this white dot in the middle of this black spot on the bottom?
Yep.
See this white dot? All right. I just wanted to make sure you could see it, right? Because what that is the top picture is the Earth in sea moon, right? Or darkness, right? What? This is the Earth in the created, the white part is the Earth. This is the galaxy around it, the nebula around it. This is the Earth in the creative darkness of Simu, or the womb of space. And this on the bottom, y'all, right here, is an embryo in the creative darkness of the womb, aka the triple back darkness. It is objectively, look, the same exact process, just on the micro and macro levels, as above, so below. So back to the light and dark, right? So that means that darkness is not a negative, it's a necessity. And by the way, this also goes to answer the age-old question, which came first, the bird or the egg? It was the bird. Whole. Because why? We already got the building blocks of DNA falling out the sky, miles thick. Watch this. Now, secondly, the same times of light and darkness, right? Dig this, are also used as markers or points of delineation when applying the times of prophecy. Now, everybody got a so-called religion, and most of the religions involve prophecy. Your God is so intrinsic in all religious ideologies. But my question is, if it's so important, why ain't your God teach you how to do it? Right? Here's a little spiritual tidbit for your contemplation. History and prophecy are two sides of the same coin. Listen, history and prophecy are two sides of the same coin. So it should come as no surprise when Owaspy states, Book of Cosmogony and Prophecy, 11:6, there is no such thing as separating science and religion. It don't exist. Ain't no separating them. The goal of science is to obtain knowledge, while the goal of religion is to do good. Moreover, they are interdependent, for to do good requires knowledge, and to attain great knowledge requires the desire to do good with it. Check. Right? But in the science of mastering, right? In the science of mastering the light and the dark, the first tool that must be mastered is the Arachna Nebugala. The Arachna Nebugala. I know it's a hard word, but y'all will get used to it. What is the Arachna Nebugala? Right? The first tool that must be mastered. Why? Especially, this tool must be mastered, especially when the context of the historical and ongoing struggle of the brothers in America, right? In that context, you especially must master it. Why? What is it? What is the Arachna Nebugala? It is the what? The timetable of prophecy, which is what? Being a map of, come on, DMG, light and darkness, right? Which gives us the ability to read the times, past or future, and the good and evil expressions of man during those times. This is a picture of the Arachna Nebugala, right? And as you see, it's got times, numbers, on the side. You see it's cut into 8 sections. You got the arc and the time, and it is all explained in the OWASP. It's a whole science, right? But look, this is from the book of, and this is how you tell the future or the past. It's all the same thing. See, the movies got you to believe that, you dig what I'm talking about? First of all, this is far-fetched, and that somehow you gotta go into a machine and then go into time, when in fact you go into self and bring time to you. This is real time travel, right? I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, we got the higher light, and this is already in practice. Look, book of cosmogony and prophecy, right? Why you ain't got a book on prophecy yet? Why you ain't got a book on cosmogony? Matter of fact, there's only 2 cosmogonies in the world, DMG. Only 2. There's tons and tons of cosmologies, but there's only 2 cosmogonies. The how of the where, especially our solar system. There's only 2 cosmogonies in the world. One is Big Bang, and the other is found in OWASP. That's it. Ain't no other one. So everybody else just regurgitates what everybody else told them. They ain't came with nothing new. But look, this is the book of cosmogony and prophecy. Having shown the impossibility of philosophy based on corporeal knowledge to demonstrate truth in regard to unseen things and in regard to planets distant from the earth, it now becomes the part of these revelations to put the student in a position to learn from the unseen forces which govern all corporeal things, man included as a general and important part.
Hey, bro, real quick. I got to step away, but keep building. I'll be right back.
I got you. Right? It is not part of this book of cosmogony and prophecy to deal with spiritual matters. We're not even talking about the spirit. Except only so far as it enables the student to begin etheric, or what we know as quantum and fractal knowledge. It's 1881. What are you talking about? This should be impossible. There's no way this should be in this book. But why? Why, y'all? Because prophecy is not guesswork. Absolute rules govern all things. And when the student has completed his tables of Arachna Umbungala with the history of the period and taken the measure of the grade of the different nations and peoples of the earth, he will find that he can not only foretell the future, but he can discover the past history for an equally long period of time. Look, this is not guesswork. Absolute rules govern all things. That means it's math governing it. And if there is a math governing it, that means there's a mind behind the math. And when he has thus completed 2 cycles, right, he can then find a 3rd and a 4th and so on until the past history of the earth is delivered up to his understanding. It seems so hard until you get shown that it's so simple. So to break it down, right? Let me explain what we just broke down. To break it down, you can apply history backwards in time. And by the light and dark nature of the historic event, you can then pivot that history forward provided that you start at the correct time. For the same length of time you look backwards, right? You can then apply the same length of time to the future. And by the light and the darkness, hence prophesy, right? This is my Arachna Umbungala. I started in 2017, and this is one of the how it looks. You dig what I'm talking about when you're going. And if you notice, this is all the way up in 2021, 2022. You dig what I'm talking about? But mine started in 17. So, right? So in short, the light and dark cycles can be and is an unprecedented revelation when taken into a historical context, right? Y'all don't believe this work. Okay, let me ask you a question. Did the same thing happen in 1920 happen in 2020? Did the same thing that happened in 1920, did it happen in 2020? Guess what happened in 1820? Guess what happened in 1720? You think I'm making it up? Look it up. How does your understanding of the Creator and the Ethereal heavens influence your views on liberation, reparations, and the rebuilding of the Black community? Right? Let's get into this OWASP. See, the Ethereal heavens does nothing but strengthen and encourage the game. But let's get to it, right? Now, what is liberation and liberty? Liberation is the act of liberating, and the state of being liberated. To liberate is to set at liberty or to set free. Liberty is the quality or state of being free or the power to do as one pleases. So liberate or liberation has to do with being set free, whereas liberty has to do with being free. That said, beyond the outside, right? Beyond and outside the narrow mind of the so-called oppressor regarding who has liberty and who doesn't, the Great Spirit makes it plain that all people have liberty by right of our birth. So no one needs to set the Black community free, since the community is free existentially, despite of and contrary to the oppressor's laws and false ideologies. OWASP, Book of S, 2 and 11. Liberty, look, liberty, first of all, to all people, which includes Black people, then discipline and harmony, and then the improvement of all talents created within. Liberty, the Black community and its people are free existentially. Discipline, harmony, right? Black people work in one accord as one body, creating system and order to further ensure liberty for the descendants of the Black community. And the improvement of talents, the Black community produces generational wealth, not just financial wealth, but moral wealth and the mental fortitude. This is what it means to live to your highest light. And again, liberty applies to all people, not some people, all people. But watch this. Book of S, 25:26. All men are my children. Into conscious being, I created them alike. Privileged to all the earth and the waters of the earth, and the air and the firmament above the earth. Brothers and sisters, I created them of various tribes, races, colors, and sizes. But nevertheless, in my own way, I created them, everyone for glory in the way I made him. See, in the individual, nation, or government that jeopardizes the liberty of black people, right? Gaining at the expense of their loss is an individual, nation, or government that is against the Great Spirit. Also, right? Book of Sue. Even so are governments ordained by my holy ones. Accordingly, you may judge whether a government is of me or against me. For if it gives liberty to all righteous works and for the promotion of knowledge, providing teachers to the extent of the demand, it is of me. How many of us went to college and are now $90, $80, $100,000 in debt? If the government, gives liberty to all righteous works and for the promotion of knowledge, providing teachers to the extent of the demand, it is of me. But if the government makes of itself a self for which its aggrandizement is at the expense of my children or black people's liberty, then it is against me. How many of y'all paid taxes this year? Did the government set itself up as a self, a person, a business to tax you? That said, if black people does not have the same liberty as other people under the same policies of that government, then that government is against the Great Spirit who made it plain existentially all races and men, which includes black men, have liberty and are privileged to all the earth. Here it is again. Ark of Bond 7:1. Whoever is born in the world is in part possessor of the world by fact of his birth. That said, would the best form of reparations be that the government give black people back our share of the world, independent of their laws and ideologies, by right of our existence under the Great Spirit? Did the American colonies not sever political ties with the Great Britain on July 4th, 1776? Sealing the deal on the same demand, Sealing the deal on the same demand in the same way, right? What is reparation? Reparation is the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged, right? Which could go one of two ways, guys. It could go one of two ways. Reparations could either help or injure the development and integrity of the black community. What you talking about, Kosman? Depending on the intentions of the government that gives it away and the black people that receive it.
Hey, brother, if I may, this sounds a lot like black existentialism, bro.
Bro, I was going to tell you, I was going to leave it to the end. The only thing the black existentialism not really has come to is the initial cause. You ain't came to the initial motion. You ain't came to the cause behind all things yet. But we gonna make it make sense for you. Because what Owaspy does is, first of all, Creator explains he is conscious. So He is common sense. Right? So
No doubt.
everything we gonna say to you gonna be basic common sense. Right? And if it sit well with you, that's because your boy Kosman cooking this good soul food. I done put some paprika and some pepper and some salt, some good seasoning up in here. Now we gonna cook, y'all. Now look, reparations could go. Go ahead, bro.
No, you good, bro. Keep going.
Oh, see, reparations could go either way. It could help or injure the development and integrity of the Black community, depending on the intentions of the government that gives it away and the Black people that receive it. Watch this. Watch this. Book of Judgment, right? Chapter 8. A certain rich man, being converted from the desires of the earth, went about casting his money freely in the streets, and in giving to all those who asked for some. And some gathered it up and fed and clothed themselves. Others took it and went and got drunk and became worse than before. The measure of righteousness of that man's behavior was not in giving what he had to the poor, but in the good and evil that came of it, being weighed as to which outbalanced the other. Was it, did more people take the money and feed and clothe themselves and do something good and get themselves together? Or did more people take it and go get drunk and become worse than before? So if that, which way that leans, let's say more people got drunk and got high, then that outbalances the good that came from the initial deed. Where he lowered the grade or the spiritual integrity or the moral character of those who received this money, or where he lowered a greater number than he raised, there his act of casting the money away was a judgment against him. Now let's be street level real about it, right? Let's be street level real about it. If reparations was in the form of financial giving, how many dumb niggas you know were gonna be blowing the check on stupid stuff, on straight stupidity? How you know? How many you know? I know a bunch. Therefore, putting the money right back into the pocket of the economy it came from with interest. So they increased while leaving Black people worse than they were when we started. That said, reparations shouldn't be something that benefits the government in the long run, while injuring the Black community in the short term. But reparations that comes in the form of liberty, education, interdependence, equality, and other systems that support the Black community's restoration, is restoration, which is synonymous with reparation, not the justice of our Creator. What is restoration? Restoration is an act of restoring or the condition of being restored, such as a bringing back to a former position or condition. Book of S, 1 and 36, the bondage of who? Kings, queens, emperors, popes, rich men, and leaders of men shall be with them in the heavens of this earth, until they have undone the tyranny they had over others. Their heaven shall be without liberty to them. Those whom they sought to lead on earth, they shall lead in heaven. Neither shall there be exalted resurrection for them until the lowest of their subjects have risen before them. See, Creator is balance. He's justice. If you spill it, you got to clean it up. Ain't that fair? Guess what? This how cold Owaspy is. The slave master in America, right? He ain't exempt either from this justice. I've never seen a book in the world told us what happens to slave master in this world and the next world, and what happens to his kin who are living today. Huh? Y'all ever seen that in the book Come From God? Tell you what happened to slave master? Never seen it. Only other books I told that I had ever read was like the Bible. They told you to be a good slave and to fear slave master like you fear the Lord. Let's see what slave master gonna get. Right? This is from Owaspy Apocrypha, Book of the Prophet. Now, if this is supposedly from some white boy, you dig what I'm talking about, from Ohio, and he made all this up, why is he bigging up black men in this book so tough? Why do we say it is our blood that is going to be a catalyst to produce a whole new race of men? Why does he say that the Negro of America is indigenous to America? Uh-oh. Right? If this is just some regular old white boy from Ohio and he's just a racist white guy, why didn't he take credit for it? That'd be like Michael Jackson not taking credit for Thriller. Huh? Prince not taking credit for Purple Rain. This is the only book I ever seen say what happened to slave master and the slave. Watch this. Book of the Prophet, chapter 3, right? This is from Owaspy Apocrypha, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, you ain't think Owaspy had Apocrypha. To the nation who saith, behold me, my people are free and all men participates in the governments of men. Huh? Ain't this in the Constitution? So shall thou be bound or held to your word, both in this world and the next, wherein thou didst bind thy people in slavery. The judgment of thy God is upon all thy people. Nevertheless, doubly bound is he who directly held his fellow man in bondage, right? And when they die, as to mortality, right? Their souls enter the next world to become environed. Wait a minute. Right? When they talking about slave master, and when they die, as to mortality, their souls enter the next world to be environed, encompassed with the hate of their former slaves. Right? Owaspy explains this as what is called a hell knot. Imagine being jumped by 10 people. They putting the boots to you. Now imagine it's 100. Now imagine it's 1,000. Imagine it's 20,000 people with that much hate, and they're stomping a mud hole in you, so pressed together with hate that you can't move. That's what a hell is. And that's what slave master getting right now. Right now, they whooping the back off slave master. But how they get it right? How you fix it? Remember, you spill it, you clean it up. Well, what you got to do? Let's see what Owaspy say. And thy God putteth upon thee that till thou hast turned and lifted them up, even with thyself, thou shalt find no peace of soul. Neither shalt thou raise to the heavens of thy God. Moreover, even as thou dost this day, even as you do today. This day, what day? April 25th, 2025. Even as you do this day, curse the race thou hast neglected and despised. Today they hate you. Well, watch me talking about 2025. So dost thou sink thyself deeper in bondage. It's people today. For as the Creator quickened into life all the living and thus made black people his children, so are they thy brothers and sisters. Huh?
Wait a minute, bro. Wait. Hold on. I thought this was written by a white man.
The white man said it just came through him. I ain't write it. And once you read this, you can tell no man could have wrote this. Listen, some of the greatest minds and thinkers to ever pick up the man, Max Mueller, who deciphered the Vedic script, he said about Owaspy, it would take the top 20 scientists in every field their entire lives to write the information found in Owaspy. And then he said it would take a whole nother life to then compile it and make sense. It couldn't have came from a white boy. No man know this. What man knew what happened to Slave Master? He didn't know. He just got the download just like anybody else. They say the book come through. Okay. It don't matter who it came through. What matters is the merit. What's in the book? What do it say? It say, until you get these niggas right in America with reparations today, your country isn't going to hell in a handbasket. You better get niggas together. That's what Owaspy say. All these things of heaven and earth shall be made plain to man in Kosman, which is our current era. Kosman means balance. That's what Kosman means, right? In these days, 2025, all things of heaven and earth shall be made plain to man. With his own eyes, he shall behold the justice of his creator. But why are black people sitting back and waiting for reparations from a system that was designed to keep us at an existential disadvantage? This is called ignorance, right? The black community taking liberty, discipline, harmony, independence, and growth into our own hands is called salvation. What is salvation? It's liberation from ignorance. Now let's unlock the chains. Now, instead of praying in words for his fellow black man or woman, saying, Creator, help him, he shall go in person and help him with his own hands. His or her soil tilling, wood carving, bricklaying, blacksmithing, house building, clothes weaving, community building, therapeutic hands. Nor shall black people sit idly by and say, oh, Creator, help me. Come and save me. But black people shall rise up in the majesty I created them, saying, behold me, O Creator. I will save myself. Guide me, O Father. And black people shall walk forth proudly in my sight, scorning evil and sin, doing with all their might for their own salvation. And I will come to them, for such shall be what? And black people, what? For the ones that proudly walk forth, scorning evil and sin, doing with all their might for their own salvation, I will come to them. For of such shall be my chosen, and nor shall my hand extend to black people only, but to nations, kingdoms, empires. Because remember, all are chosen so long as they choose. Meaning, no one is excluded. Now, I'm just emphasizing black people contemplate the topic. However, whatever is good for all people is good for black people also, right? Arkaban, 7:1. Whoever is born in this world is in part possessor of the world by fact of his birth. All black men come into the world naked and helpless, and they deserve the community of black descendants' assistance because of helplessness. To help the helpless is the highest virtue. Wait a minute, I'll say it again. To help the helpless is the highest virtue. DMG, stop me when you hear something evil, huh? When you hear me sacrificing a baby, a goat, killing infants, hanging men on crosses, dipping them in oil, tarring and feathering them.
Hey, listen, I'm listening, bro, and I'm trying to figure out what everybody's issue is, but hey, you know,
listen,
I'm sure somebody that's listening gonna find something when we open up that chat, bro.
Let's go. Now, listen. Tell me it's wrong though. Two wise black men or women are greater than one. A nation of wise black men and women, what could be greater than this? Yet all black people come into the world knowing nothing. To give them great wisdom is to make the black community wise and great. To open the avenues on every side to great learning. This is the foundation for rebuilding the black community. Wait a minute. Stop me when you hear something wrong. Because when the black community's poor and ignorant are supplied with necessities to eat and to wear, with a place to live, there is little crime, but great virtue. And such people are a great strength in that community. To hold more land than one can till, i.e., or to have more money than one could spend, or more knowledge than one is willing to share, is to sin against black people who have none. Who do not have the means to live or earn a living. Yes, such a black man is an enemy to his own people. There are two types, There's two kinds of black people. There's two kinds of black people. One is black people for themselves, and the other is black people for the community. The latter, right? Black people, the community will endorse. And by their wills, make them mighty. The former black people seek to make themselves mighty at the expense of the community. And this is who today we call that nigga. Such black people are in the throes of death. To make the black community and black people one as to prosperity and peace. This is the highest, best community. Okay, I'll say it again. They ain't listening. I wish I had somebody high spirituality that was hearing this. To make the black community and black people one as to prosperity and peace. This is the highest, best community for the black community to render to black people bountifully as to land and water and as to great learning and music. This is the wisest, best community. Now, in conclusion, right? In conclusion, Owaspi, Book of Inspiration says, I said to black people, be free. I said to black people, be free. Learn to know liberty. Think for yourself. Study your creator in all things and in yourself in particular. Why? because the Black community are one of the seeds of the Creator and were planted by his hand. Be free from the whole world. Now, the fourth question. DMG, the questions was good, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it.
Now,
hey, as you can see, I did a little research.
I ain't gonna lie, it's on point. But we had, we had to shed some light on the situation. This is something new for everybody, huh? We expect this to be shocking. We expect it to cause cognitive dissonance, right? We've been indoctrinated for years. You don't think I was too? My daddy's side of the family is Islamic. My mama's side of the family, Bible thumping Church of Christ Christians. You don't think I got indoctrinated?
No doubt.
Look at this.
No
This is a
doubt.
great question. This is a great question. Number 4, right? Given the OWASP's emphasis on spiritual progression and planetary stewardship, yeah, y'all don't know that that's in there. Shout out DMG. Given OWASP's emphasis on spiritual progression and planetary stewardship, how do you approach activism, environmental justice, and community upliftment within the Black experience, right? I think it's an awesome question, right? Well, 1, activism is subjective to your beliefs, especially when in many instances you marching trying to fix a system that isn't broken.
Talk about it.
2, environmental justice and community upliftment are literally the backbone of all moral and selfless people and communities. But let's see what OWASP got to say about it, because there are definitely multiple ways to look at the situation. 1, what OWASP say? You can mind your own business. Huh? How about some of that? Stop worrying about, how about take a dose of your own shit? Huh? Why don't you worry about yours? This is the book of Jehovah's kingdom on earth, or the book of the Creator's kingdom on earth. Look what it say. Do not bother your heads much about passing new laws for the Uzians, or the world's people. I know it's a new word, Uzian. These are the destructors, the destroyers, the nullifiers, the world's people. Do not bother your head much about passing new laws for the world's people, nor take any part in the government, whether it does this or that. Why? For many men shall rise up saying, if the government would just make a law of peace, or if the government would just prohibit the traffic of dope, or prohibit the traffic of children, or it would just prohibit the manufacture of this or that. But we say to you, all these things shall fail. Do not trust the ungodly to do a godlike thing. Go. Do not trust them niggas over there. Do not trust the ungodly to do a godlike thing. Or you can create your own. But in the creation of your own, one must always be conscious in the stewardship of your own community. What is a steward? one who is actively, or one who actively directs affairs, or a manager, right? This is from the book of judgment, right? We got a whole book on judgment, right? Nevertheless, and then come to find out, the dope part about judgment is you judge you, and you also get to judge God. Oh. And then you turn around and get to judge the creator's judgment. Remember, creator and God ain't the same thing. You and God both praise creator. God is your brother, not your father. That's big bro. That's homeboy. That's just your dead granddaddy. That's what God turned from. Your dead granddaddy turned into God in a few years. That's all that is. It's a rank of an angel, a dead man. So God and the creator, true God, praises the creator too. So a way to tell if your God is fake is if he has ever asked anybody for praise, your God is fake. If your God ever threatened you that if you didn't do something, your God is fake. Because God don't need your stinking nigga prayer. You don't praise men today. God is a man, an angel, a one-time living, breathing man, just like you, just like me, DMG. If you looking for God or Satan outside of yourself, you've already been duped. Satan literally means self. Oh, no, it don't, Kosman. In the Hebrew, it means adversary. Well, then I beg to ask you a question, right? Who is your greatest enemy? Yourself. Satan, your adversary. Nevertheless, I said to you, let your government be like a father. America. I said, let your government be like a father over the people, and not as a separate matter against them. But you have disobeyed my commandments, and your government is as one thing, and your people as another thing. That which should be one entity, you have made into two. Now, see, DMG, that's cool, right? But see, my OGs have always told me that if you don't like the rules, then stop playing the game.
Facts.
And I have provided to you, after the manner of your forefathers, a place to inhabit, where you shall no longer pay tribute to the gods of the idolaters. Come out of the darkness of despotism and inherit the wilderness of this land, America. And it shall bloom like a new paradise before your hand. Watch this, y'all. That prior verse clears away thousands of years of religious dogma and belief as to the whereabouts of the real promised land, aka the land of milk and honey. You would agree, right, DMG, that as a good steward, right, as a good manager, right, one should be able to manage the land properly where the community choose to live, correct?
Facts.
Okay. Well, then, how can you properly manage the land if you don't know where it is? Again, black people again right here is inserted to maintain continuity, right? And to stay on topic, right? Book of Judgment. And black people shall forsake the ways of the world and go live in the manner of your forefathers in colonies without kings or rulers, serving none but the Creator. And black people shall hold all things in common, being neither rich nor poor, master nor servant. And you shall call out to the idolater, saying, come into my house and be one with me. Behold, There is only one creator, and you are my brother. And it shall come to pass for you, O black community, that the way of your people shall be open, and black people shall be delivered out of the bound kingdoms of the East. Huh? It's saving you from Palestine, not sending you there. Why though? Why give you this land? Why this? Why now? Why we getting all this? Why? Because for 2,000 years, black people have not gone forth with the sword to possess any new country and establish a black government. You are glorified. You are glorified before your creator. Because of black people's long suffering, black folks shall find peace through the light of my kingdoms. Behold, a new cycle is upon the earth. Black people shall find the proof of these my words. Listen, my angels will come into the house of black people, and they shall talk with them face to face. Do not think this book, O Waspi, is my only revelation in this day. Within your house, O black folk, you shall prepare for the voice of your God. When I begin to call black people, listen, when I begin to call black people, we don't even know how the gang created. We came out of nowhere. Me, Selah, Daryl, Kosman, Malachi, Maccabee, none of us knew each other. We came together saying the same thing. How? He said, look for the people. Watch me say, look for the people who stand by the creator in America. They are going to bring it out. He says, those people who are going to bring it out in America, they are the remnants of the great Algonquins. Listen, y'all, it's only 4 niggas that teach this in the world. Me, Selah, Daryl Kosman, and Malachi Maccabee. What we say, we remnants of the originals from here. And he say they book is a power. Them boys who standing by the creator, they book is a power. When I begin to call black people, my chosen shall come and found my kingdom, and the black community shall come faster and faster every year. And the world's people shall fall into iniquity more and more every year. But I called the righteous away from there. And who? And black folk built my kingdom for me. I called the righteous. Who is there? Black folk. Watch me just hit different. It just hit different. They feel some type of way because they ain't got no answer. And to address the topic, right, of activism within our current republic, right, to all my brothers, right, I say be careful. Book of the Creator's kingdom on earth, right? The Creator had said, listen, a republic cannot follow the highest light. Why? Because it follows the majority. A republic, which we are currently in right now, y'all. Don't the people run the government? Majority over minority? We are currently in a republic. Well, guess what? A republic cannot follow the highest light. Why? Because it follows the majority. What is a majority? And a majority is hold on. A majority is, was, and ever shall be the lesser light. Therefore, a republic is not the all highest government, right? So what does that do? That is ensuring the republic's inevitable demise. So again, I caution my brothers, I caution my people. I ain't telling you what to do. You want to get out there and you want to beat your feet and the Jews will not replace us. You come on, man. You dig what I'm talking about? You get out there if you want to. I'm just telling you, be careful. But look, Jaja good, because there is a way to ensure, right? There's a way to ensure that you don't walk yourself into a burning home. Why? Because there's a way to tell if your government or any community whatsoever is on the right path. Did y'all know that? Let me explain to you how you do it. Watch this. Book of Judgment. Hear the wisdom of your God, black people, and consider the way of righteousness in the governments of mortals. The nearer the two are to being one, the nearer the two are to being one, that is, the government and black people, the nearer they are like my heavenly kingdoms. The nearer the two are, right? The government and the black people, the nearer they are like my heavenly kingdoms. And the more alienated the government is from black people, the further it is from the kingdom of your God. Let this be a guide to you, black people, in the prophesying the change and the overthrow of governments. How you know? Because according to the square of the distance a government is from the creator, or which is righteousness, so is accelerated the pace of its coming change or destruction. So in closing, be careful not to let your beliefs write a check your spirit can't cash. Now, this is where it get a little spicy. It's where it get a little spicy.
Oh, hey, real quick, my brother.
Go ahead.
Captain K, my brother, my St. Louis STL, the Lou brother. I need you to pay attention to this part especially. Shout out to my man Mashallah in the building as well. ISUP St. Louis in the building. All right, brother, proceed. But I want you to know my brother Captain K is in the building.
All right, well, we ain't worried about it. Shout out to the Cap. You dig what I'm talking about? Sit back and learn, right? Because I ain't talking about nothing you ever talked about. Everything I'm about to say, you've never said it before. Everything I've already said, you agree with, but you ain't never said it. Your God don't. But it sit right in your stomach because you know I ain't lying. What is that? Right? Because I'm telling truth. It don't matter how they coming through it. Everything all in their own time. Every man got to hear it in their own way. But you ain't gonna say you didn't hear it. In contrast, now this is in contrast to the Black Israelite movement, right? The question was asked. While Black Hebrew Israelites root their identity in a covenantal lineage tied to ancient Israel, right? OASP followers seem to embrace a broader ancestry. How do you personally define spiritual identity, and what role does race play in this definition? Now, I want you to know I answered the question personally. I didn't even really go into OWASP.
Oh, hold on, brother, because I gotta listen. Y'all can't see me patting myself on the back. I gotta drop a bomb for myself for that question right there. Go ahead.
I'm gonna run it back. It's heavy. It's heavy. The question is, look.
That's a hell of a question if I do say so myself.
It's a hell of a question. I can't front. He said, while Black Hebrew Israelites root their identity in a covenantal lineage tied to ancient Israel, OWASP, or the faithist followers, right, seem to embrace a broader ancestry, right? How do you personally define spiritual identity, and what role does race play in that definition? Now, look, I'm going to give y'all my personal, right? This is what I wrote, right? Well, personally, a person's spiritual identity is the product of the spirit. I'm going to say it again. A person's spiritual identity is the product of the spirit. Spirit literally means the expression of an entity. For example, how one expresses or what is expressed are results of the state of the spirit. So, in short, an identifiable spiritual expression is a person's spiritual identity. But that works the other way around. And since the product of the spirit is a person's spiritual identity, well, then by what is produced, it will tell you who or what it is objectively. For instance, I called DMG. DMG, I got some new land, want to throw some apples up here on these trees. You say, Kosman, I got a whole bunch of apples. Got a whole bunch of apple seeds. Man, I'm sending you these apples. Boom, 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 boom. 2-3 years go by, the trees grow up and everything. And I say, man, damn, the apple trees looking good. He's like, man, I'm glad the apple trees is fine, right? Now, I go outside one day and I look at the apple trees. Now, the apple trees is full of fruit. Growing on these apple trees is big orange fruits, right? They smell citrusy, right? And when you bust them open, they break into little orange sections, right? And then once you squeeze it, you get orange juice. Now I call DMG back. I say, DMG, you said these was apples, right? He said, man, I know they apples. I've been doing this forever, bro. How you gonna tell me these not apples? I say, well, DMG, what the apples look like? Well, they orange. They break down in sections, and when you squeeze them, you get orange juice out of them. I said, are you sure these are? Well, these are oranges. Irregardless to what people tell you they are, what they produce actually gives you the true measure of that person. You could tell me you were Israelite all day, but if you are out here killing babies, well then you're a nice guy, but you're suplexing old women off 30-foot roofs or something. It's not a good guy. What you produce tells me who you are. And irregardless to how much DMG think that these is apples, or thought, or was confused or indoctrinated into believing these was apples, objectively they're oranges. And as for the whole race, right? As for the whole race, right? When applying it to spiritual things, right? This is me, I personally see it as a low vibratory social construct invented by man, used to push the narrative of racial superiority and inferiority, right? And into my understanding and knowledge, race plays no role in the actual state of the spirit whatsoever. And even Owaspy states, right? First book of the First Lords, it says, but as to skin color, but as to skin color, today in 2025, it is neither a sufficient nor necessary indicator of one's ancestry. Niggas come in every color. Spirituality over nationality, fellas. Right? Number 2. Right? Now, both traditions speak of chosen people and divine purpose, but with differing cosmologies. How do you interpret the idea of being chosen in the Owaspy framework, and how does that contrast with the lineage-based claims of the Hebrew Israelite doctrine? I even had to admit it, right? I had to admit it. This is actually a very good question, right?
Hey, shout out to the questioner.
They say, but why? Because it allows me to demonstrate the major difference in application between Owaspy and all other spiritual texts. And that is its ability to bring the hidden things to light and to make complex things very simple. And this is why I call Owaspy the great decoder. See, remember, it's liberty and freedom first and foremost with the Creator. But with that liberty in the extremes, it is incumbent that you must always choose. All times you must choose. So, right, if that's so, the next logical question should be, well, how are you the chosen, and yet you didn't choose the Creator? Headshot. If you must always choose, how are you the chosen, and you didn't choose the Creator? What does it mean to be chosen? What does it mean? Chosen. Participle of chose, right? So even by the definition, you must first choose to be chosen. Okay? Remember, good deeds always outweighs good words. Book of S. But man, having heard and seen, shall judge what he will do. Man shall judge what he will do. He shall believe or not believe, do or not do, according to his own judgment. Why? Because I hold man responsible. Even so, should he have liberty to choose. And if he strives to what? Choose me, the Creator. How? By doing righteously. Then what happens? He shall not fail. You choose the Creator. How you become chosen? By doing righteously. And if you do that, you can't fail. Listen, though he accepts none of the ancient doctrines, no Bible, no Buddha, no Mahabharata, no Tien, no Sutga, no Osiris, no Cernunnos, no Apollo, no Geechee, no Manito. Though he accepts none of the ancient doctrines, he don't accept the rites, the ceremonies, the gods, the lords, or the saviors. Though he accept none of it, but he strives for me in doing good to others, then he shall be my chosen. Got nothing to do with being kin to Abraham. Don't got nothing to do with you cutting off no goat neck. Can you think of something good to do and then do it for somebody else? That's his chosen. You ain't got to believe in the Bible. You ain't got to believe in the rites, the ceremonies, the gods, the lords, none of it. Why? Because you're going to be chosen if you just do right. Even though he does not accept my name. Why? Because it's liberty. Listen, liberty, first of all, to all people. Then discipline and harmony. And then improvement of all talents. So, Owaspi just cleared up the narrative. Being chosen is not about God choosing you, but you taking it upon yourself to choose the creator. See, what I've perceived is that for thousands of years, many spiritual salesmen and groovy gurus have bred and fostered the belief that by the amount of melanin in their skin, they somehow have an exclusive right to truth. Check. What does exclusive mean? It means restricted or limited to the person, group, or area concerned. But the creator says, hold on. Let me get my thing, my bad. Exclusive means restricted or limited to the person, group, or area, right? Look what the creator say. Book of Inspiration. I am not exclusive, but I am with all my living creatures and those who choose me, practicing their all highest light. I'm a shield and fortification against all darkness and against all evil and contention. But in this era, right now, DMG, they wonder why they can't get a prayer in to God. God ain't seem to be answering prayers these days. Y'all don't even know we got a goddess. Goddess. This is the second one in the last 3. Big shout out to Say TV. So when you've been praying to God, he ain't been answering your prayers. Yup. It's a sister. Her name is Shay TV. Right?
Oh, wow.
You ain't got to believe me. It's in there though. But in this era, right now, today, in Kosman, look what the God say. I do not come to an exclusive people, but to the combination of all peoples commingled together as one people. Hence I have called this the what? The Kosman era. What do Kosman mean, y'all? Balance. Don't that make sense? I ain't come to be heavy-handed. I come to those that's all spread out, commingled, together as one. And hence I have called this the Kosman era. And from this time forward, my chosen shall be of the amalgamated races who choose me. Do that mean if you don't mix and you choose the creator, you're not the chosen? Of course you are. And these, but listen, and these shall become the best and most perfect peoples of all the earth. Do you want to be the best and most perfect people of the earth? Or do you want your children's children to be the best and most people perfect people on the earth. Well, you start that foundation now, huh? You start it now. And look at our babies. They don't give a damn about none of this today. Huh? You ain't got no babies. You better go talk to some. Because they don't give a damn about color or race. Already. This already happened. They shall not consider race or color. But what? But health and nobleness as to the mortal part. And as to the spirit, what they looking for? Peace, love, wisdom, and good works. Huh? And one great spirit only. Tell me when you hear some devilment, some shoot them in the head, kill them up, bang bang, I shot you down. Give me something evil out of this. You heard anything evil yet?
Hey man, I'm still waiting. I'm trying to figure out. It's almost like, I ain't gonna hold you. Outside of the fact that I'm hearing a white man wrote it, I feel like this is like a black existentialist religious text.
Bing, 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 bing. Have y'all heard anything evil yet? Stop the marker, put it in the chat. Y'all can jump on the line in the middle. Huh? Well, how then? Right? We're talking about the chosen, right? Well, how is the religious narrative saying, right? The chosen will be warriors, enslavers, and led by their God. Right? Owaspy, Book of Wars. As a matter of fact, anybody who got a Bible, your God says, if I'm not mistaken, in the book of Timothy, or is it Jeremiah? Well, anyways, he has a book called the Book of the Wars Against the Lord. Your God, with all his power, he created the earth and everything. He lost this book and he can't find it. You want to know why he can't find it? Because it's in Owaspy. Look, for I am as near to the corporean, or to the physical man, as I am to the Essaian, which is the spiritual man. So let me go back. I am as near today to the physical man as to the spiritual man. Let them then disown their kings and gods and whoever has a kingdom to glorify, and they shall espouse me, the creator, for I am ever present. For this, all people shall do, either on earth or in heaven. My kingdoms are not by violence or war. So how you gonna have it enslaving people in heaven? How it's gonna be an end time war that you gonna be participating in, and yet you the chosen? Creators say you can always tell the words of the true creator against any false god, because false gods' words are always negative and lead to war. Creator says judgment is passed against any people, any nation, any government, kingdom, where anyone I created alive was killed. Whether you knew it willingly, knowingly, or not, it don't matter if you was the nigga who actually shot, or you was the nigga in the kitchen cooking the food to give them energy to go out and kill. He holding all of you responsible. Why? Because my kingdoms are not made by violence or by war, but by what? Liberty to every soul. And whoever practices what? Peace, love, and liberty to others. So to be chosen, you must what? Practice peace, love, and liberty to DMG. You must practice peace, love, and liberty to Kosman. You must practice peace and love to Just Me, or the Creator is responsible, or Larry Milton. To be the Creator's chosen, you must first choose peace, love, liberty. Those are my chosen. They, us, are on the way to everlasting. It don't stop. That's the one thing that's one thing the Bible tells you. You're basically stuck here in a loop. The heaven is going to fall out the sky and sit on the earth. Nobody ever explains. You dig what I'm talking about? He killed out everybody. It's a whole new heaven and new earth, new heaven falling out the sky. Right? He didn't killed up everybody. The whole lake fire, all that has happened. Revelations 22, 14, and 15. Right? He got all the people he saved on the inside. Why did he save male prostitutes? Anybody? Why your God save male prostitutes? And then even a better question, how does he know they're male prostitutes? See, the only reason we know prostitutes is we trick with them. Was your God tricking with male prostitutes? Or didn't y'all know that's what a whoremonger was? Revelations 22, 14, and 15. If you think I'm lying. Killed up everybody else. Left gay men outside his heaven. You make it make sense. Question number 3. Black Hebrew Israelites often prioritize Torah law and tribal heritage, whereas Owaspi promotes a path of spiritual ascension through service and purity, right? How does these divergent practices shape your view of morality, community, order, and divine accountability? Now, well, first off, to call benevolent practice towards mankind a divergent practice is a profanation. You profane. Now, when in fact, benevolent practice towards humanity is convergent, not divergent, right? What does it mean to diverge? To move or extend in a different directions from a common point, or to draw apart. To converge is tending to move toward one point or to approach each other, right? Now, look at convergence is in favor of community, right? Look how it is. Community.
Hey, bro. So now you see within your answer why I said it was divergent, because most of us not doing that.
Well, it's about getting there, though.
Yeah, no, I'm not, and that's not to. I'm simply saying that path is, I guess, to put it in biblical terms, that's the path least taken, as opposed to the, you know how they say
the path is wide. You
know what I mean. So that's really what I meant by it.
Yeah. I get you. But look at how convergence, right, is in favor of community. Community, right, is a group linked by a common policy. And see, our common policy is to live according to our highest light, our highest ideal of self, which is, right, the presence of the Great Spirit within us, which is spirituality, which is moral excellence. What is policy? Policy is prudence or wisdom in the management of affairs. What is prudence? The ability to govern and discipline oneself by the use of reason. Funny, but funny because highest light, right, which is the voice of reason, is explained in Owaspi's Book of Discipline, right? Watch this. Book of Discipline, 8 through 12, right? And these then are the what? The rules of light. That which is self-evident, that which is axiomatic, that which is substantiated by facts, that which is parallel to known things, things that lead to peace, order, and the uplifting of your neighbor and yourself. Now, for the Black community to behave in ways that lead to peace, order, and uplifting of our brothers and sisters in the community and to our neighboring races of men, not reasonable? Do these not contribute to the order of the Black community and to the whole world? Also, to discipline yourself constantly on the alert to be pure, good, truthful, and gentle in your speech, to practice right doing. These are following your highest light. What? To practice, to discipline yourself, to constantly be on alert to be good. This means to be 100, even when it's not beneficial to you. Be good. Be 100. It's easy. It's actually easy. It's harder to be fake. It's harder to be unpure, devilish, a liar, right? To be undisciplined. It's harder. Once you do something, they say once you do something for 7 days, it's a habit. Right? These are following your highest light, y'all. Being conscious of being pure, good, truthful, and gentle in your speech. Obviously, Kosman got some work to do, don't I? Yeah, this ain't above me. For the Black man to discipline himself, to be pure, good, truthful, and gentle in his speech, and to practice right doing. Are these reasonable? Do these not contribute to the order of the Black community and to the whole world? While Torah law promotes hate, war, jealousy, division, exclusion, hypocrisy, and that's just to name a few. Even to the point where the God has the Israelites admitting to this day, admitting this day that they would sacrifice their own kids if the God came to them in a dream, sparkling and shiny. Offer your son to me now, DMG. What you gonna say, DMG?
No, sir.
No, thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I got one son.
You hear me?
Yeah. Man. Yeah, rip my heart out, but I can't get him up.
Now, even to the point, right, where the Israelites, they admitting right now, bro, today, I'm not making this up, they would sacrifice their kids. Now, I want y'all to watch this, because y'all gonna think I'm lying if I don't show y'all this. If I don't show y'all this, y'all lying. Hold on, let me.
That if a child.
Hold on. Can y'all see this? Can everybody see this?
Yeah, we see it.
You see this? Watch this, y'all. I'm gonna blow it up a little bit. Watch this.
the moral law is that if a child was to be
It's the
rebellious,
Israelites. Listen.
okay, towards their parents, they was to be taken down and stoned to death because of that. You see what I'm saying?
Would you do that? Would you do that if your God came back to you today in glory and said, I want you to stone your son if he get rebellious? Would you? Would you do it?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
Wow.
Would you kill your child, your son, if your God told you to?
You said if the Most High told me to?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, the Most High said do it, then that's what it is.
If your God came to you right now, tonight, in pomp and glory, shining, and he commanded the death of your child, would you sacrifice your child?
If the Most High told you to do it, of course.
Wow.
If God came to you and told you to sacrifice your kid, would you sacrifice your kid?
Hell yeah.
You think I'm making it up? This, what you just watched, is the nature, character, and deed of the biblical God. This is
That's
divergent behavior.
Hey, I thank God to forgive me. I'm gonna tell him, look, you know I got bipolar 2 disorder. I thought I was hearing voices.
Nigga, no. As a matter of fact, nigga, my whole life, you told me thou shalt not kill.
Listen, I'm not. Can I kill somebody else, son? Like God, like you want me to kill mine?
Yeah, man. Come on, this don't make sense, cuz.
Like I don't want to kill nobody else's, but you want me to kill mine?
Wait a minute. You told me thou shalt not kill. Nigga, wait a minute. Now you want me to kill my baby? You lying. You ain't the creator.
Yeah, nah.
Do you have that gumption in you? When that big old angel, he coming in light and he's sitting there in your dreams. I am your God, the DMG. You think what I'm talking about? Nigga, your knees gonna be knocking.
Man.
Do you have wherewithal? And do you know the higher light? The higher light will say, look.
Listen,
wait a minute. You gave me him. You gave me my son. If you want me to take his life just so I don't err, you show me you God. You do it.
you remember my queen almost died. You remember? Like, yeah, nah, that's gonna be that's gonna go bad for me.
Yeah. Now we got an issue. Now this family is divergent behavior taught by the God. The going apart from the common point, Going apart.
I don't. Yeah, man.
You see what I'm saying? Now again, right? For the black man to discipline himself, to be pure, good, truthful, and gentle in his speech, and to practice right doing, these are the practice of moral excellence, which is the practice of spirituality. It is the practice of spirituality. Right? By the way, just because you don't claim spirituality or the Great Spirit, right? Just because you're not doing what Kosman doing, right?
Hey, real quick, what you think, man? I think our brother Khalil got a good point. He say, well, there's a reason he asked Abraham and not a common man.
Well, in the story, Abraham was about to kill his son, right? Well, I'll break it down to you in the real story, right? A false demonic being followed him from Sodom and Gomorrah. True God pulled away to allow the spirit to test him. The point was that even the high-raised sons like Abram, right? High-raised sons of the Creator can be fooled by the angelic beings.
Hey, shout out to one of the queens of Paradigm Shift, Sakina Rye in the building. Shout out, sis. Y'all go go subscribe to her channel. Put your channel in the link to your channel, or the name of your channel at least, in the chat, sis. Y'all can go over there and subscribe to the sister channel.
No. You missed the point. The point is, your God said he doesn't test men, and then he tested Moses.
Shout out to Queen, the latest debater in the Versus series. You already read it. She say Isaac was never sacrificed, though it was a test of trust and obedience. You missed the point.
In the Bible? No, he was about to kill that boy. Yeah, he got spared. But in the real story, first of all, Abraham knew the higher law. He checked the God. He said, nigga, you told me, wait. Because first of all, in the Bible, in the biblical story, Abraham knew up front, oh, I'm about to kill my son, and I'm about to offer him up, walk him up there, tie him down, In the real story, the spirit was saying, just follow me. I will get you there, and you dig what I'm talking about. You make a sacrifice, and then you say, he tells him at the last moment, I want you to sacrifice your only son, right? But I thought Ishmael was his son. So either he slept with Hagar or he didn't. Well, in Owaspy, we got Hagar's words. Hagar speaking Owaspy. She tells Sarah, right? She said, hey, after Sarah, you did what I'm talking about, got checked. Moses checked her. He said, what does it matter that it was if it was Moses' son, Abraham's son or not? He my son. I gave him to Hagar, right? So she was like, damn, he cut me with that one. So she go to Hagar, right? She crying. Forgive me. This is how I know Hagar is a nigga. She from Egypt, right? She say, Sarah, did your God say that Abraham was my baby daddy? Sarah said, no, God ain't say that. She said, I didn't either, bitch.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let me ask you, brother. How much more you got left in terms of this last question? Because I'm gonna drop the link in the chat.
Oh yeah, you could drop the link. It's we got a little bit more to go. We almost to the end. I think we got one or two more questions to go.
Okay, and I ain't gonna let nobody up until you finish though.
Okay, my bad.
And when y'all come up, please keep
the gang, y'all come on in here, man. The whole gang.
Please keep it respectful with our brother. We're gonna keep it respectful. We just gonna have a good dialogue. We're not gonna get crazy. So keep it respectful, but the link is in the chat. Once the brother finish, we're gonna let people up. You got one question or comment, and then we're gonna let you out of here because I ain't gonna be up here too long. The family just walked back in. And if you know DMG, you know I'm trying to get biblical with my queen. So ask one question, and then we're gonna get you out of here. The brother not here to debate yet, but I got a feeling him and the mighty Captain K, we might be setting something up. Plus, I heard it's an Owaspy brother in St. Louis, Cap. We might be able to do something in person. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, it says, by the way, just because you do not claim spirituality or the Great Spirit, right, does not mean that Creator's judgment is rendered against you, but is actually rendered in your favor. Why? Because you practice moral excellence with no belief. You didn't know, you did it organically just because it was a natural thing to do, just like existentialism. You see how I go? Now look, watch this. S, right? S means spirit, right? though he accepts none of the ancient doctrines, rites, ceremonies, gods, lords, or savior, but strives for men doing good to others, he shall be my chosen, even though he does not accept my name. Why? Because remember, all things are of the Creator, and you are his servants to help others. It's the whole point. The whole point of everything, dog. Try to eat as much veggies, get your diet together, do some good to somebody else. That's it. There's nothing else to this. Try to clean your body out as best you can. Think of something good to do, and then do that for somebody else. That's the whole law. And as much as you do these, what? Remember that all things are Jehovah, and you are his servants to help one another. And as much as you do these services to one another, so do you serve the Creator. So you still chosen regardless out of the light of your actions. Rather than being thrown in hell, rather than being thrown in hell because you didn't do it in the name of Yahweh or some Jesus. Jealousy, anger, fear-mongering, and vengeance don't equate to moral excellence or most high. I'm gonna let that sink in. I'm gonna say it one more time. Jealousy, anger, fear-mongering, and vengeance don't equate to moral excellence or most high. So who are the Israelites really worshiping? Now let's break it down spiritually and its relationship with, let's break down spirituality, and its relationship with moral excellence, right? In spirituality, right, we have the suffix ity, right? What does it mean? It means quality or state or degree of. So it's the state or degree or the quality or state or degree of being spiritual, or one's spiritual quality, state, or degree, right? Check out the term we find in quality, right? Quality is the what? Degree of excellence, or what? The grade. For those who have already read or watched Ben, they know how important the grade is, right? But we're going to show y'all about spiritual grade or moral excellence, how you gauge it. So now we have one's spiritual degree of excellence, or one's spiritual grade, right? Is the quality of the spirit. Now, a grade is a level of study in an elementary, middle, is a level of study in an elementary, middle, or secondary school that is what? Completed by a student during a year. Now, let's reword that for our context, right? Grade, a level of study, right? A level of study of goodwill and righteousness towards fellow brothers and sisters that is completed by a mortal during one lifetime. So now we have one spiritual degree of excellence, or one spiritual grade. It is the level of study. Now watch this. Watch this. Book of Judgment, right? For in prophecy or calculations, you shall estimate the sum of all virtues and vices of yourself, your neighbor, and of the whole city or state, or even the world, and accredit the grade in ascension or declension. And you shall compare one generation with another as to the increase or decrease of its spirituality or its spirit grade. Did y'all know that was part of prophecy? What is virtue? Virtue, a particular moral excellence. See how we keep coming back on around? Hmm? Hmm? Again, spiritual translates to one's spiritual quality or one's spiritual degree of excellence. The above verse describes this spiritual degree of excellence as moral excellence, being that our spirituality or our spiritual grade is measured by our virtues or our vices, to which vice contributes to the moral depravity of oneself and to others. Vice. Vice is a moral depravity or corruption, wickedness. Spirituality is spirit grade, right? Is the quality, condition, or degree of one's moral excellence that is determined by the virtue or vice produced by one's actions. So there's more to it, but this is just a basic understanding for tonight's lessons, right? Now, the last part of the question is about accountability, right? That was the last part of the question. What Black people need to understand is that with liberty comes responsibility. And with responsibility comes accountability. But look, you ain't even gotta go past the cover of OWASP to figure this out. It's right on the cover. Look, this is right smack dab on the cover, right? Yet with your freedom, what are we saying? Black people need to understand that with liberty comes responsibility. With responsibility comes accountability. Yet with your freedom, you also attain to what? Responsibility. So that sooner or later, your fidelity to your creator and to your fellow man in righteousness, love, and good works shall become the most sacred study of your life. OWASP, Book of S, right? 2, 8, 9, and 11. But because I hold Black men responsible, listen, because I hold Black men responsible, even though should Black men have the liberty to choose. And if Black men strive to choose me by doing righteously, he shall not fail. Liberty first to all people, and then discipline, harmony, and the improvement of all the talents, both corporeal and spiritual, right? Now, as faithists, right? As faithists, we see this overall idea as spirituality over nationality. Israelite not gonna make it to heaven. That's some shit from the earth. That's not making it to the higher heavens. All your ties down here to the earth, none of that's making it up there. Therefore, Black people are included in all people. But we're narrowing it down to Black people for emphasis and context. Now watch this. Watch this. The Creator has said, because I gave Black people liberty, Black people are responsible for all they are, for all they make of themselves, for all that shall, and for their peace and happiness, both in this world and the next. Liberty I gave to Black people as to what they would eat, as to what they would wear to cover themselves, and as to where they would reside. I gave Black people, liberty to build their houses in their own way. All that Black people did, listen to the Creator, said all that Black people did in this matter was to choose. All the black people had to do was choose. Why? Black people were, in that respect, the master. And I, the creator, was your servant. Why? Because I did everything. All you had to do was choose. And behold, though, I did not make the servant responsible for the master's behavior. Ooh-wee. See, we don't provide our own consciousness. We don't control how our eyes register light or how our ears register sound. You don't control the way your heart pumps your blood. The Great Spirit is the servant that labors for us to manage processes that are beyond our conscious control. But we're the ones who are manager and master of our choices. Look, and now, because I gave black people this extreme liberty, because I gave black people this extreme liberty and they have chosen, behold, black people are accountable to themselves for your every thought and idea and for their spirit and soul. And in their behavior, they, black people, are responsible to the whole world. With that, I'm going to leave y'all with love, light, and balance. You dig what I'm talking about? Let's go ahead, DMG. We can open the flow for these boys. All praises to the Great Spirit, man. Without him, I can't do nothing.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Is this not why you're here? We got Daryl Kosman in the building. What's up, my brother?
Hey, shout out to you, DMG. Hey, what up? Hey, shout out to you, DMG. Look, first of all praises to the ever-present Great Spirit, whose magnitude is incomprehensible and whose presence is everywhere. Hey, fire lesson, big Kosman, fire lesson.
Yeah,
thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this opportunity, infamous DMG.
No doubt.
Kosman, listen, I'm just here to support my bro. I'm here to support my bro. So whatever step in and whatever step in, we tackling it, man.
Yeah, hey, I didn't hit that. I didn't drop that link like this. I think this is about the third time I dropped it, man. It don't seem like we getting no hits.
It's all good. Hey, Daryl Kosman, you want to cook a little bit? You feel like chefing a little bit tonight?
Man, I don't know what I want to pull out, bro. I mean, you didn't hit it up for 2 hours, bro. And
listen, y'all got carte blanche, man. Just let me know when you want to come back. Who you want to have a conversation with? We're gonna try to put this thing together. So yeah, this was enlightening because all I kept hearing was I watched some of the conversations y'all had on Big Bro Sonetta channel, and I watched the debate with Jabari Nepal. I think it was the Soy Motel.
Did them boys bad?
And then I watched the one with my nemesis. I can't even call him my nemesis because saying he my nemesis would almost make it seem like we on the same level,
right?
And we not, but because I don't know if he Mandinka these days. I don't know if he JJ these days. I don't know what he is, but you know, whatever he calling himself these days, I saw that one, and so yeah, man. I had a perception of what it was, but then in talking to my bro Kosman, I got some insight And then in this one, in this lesson, I got a lot more insight. So this was heavy. So, but shout out, we got some people that hit. We got Malachi Maccabee in the building. What's up, bro?
That's my baby bro right there, man. He from the loot too.
Okay.
Day out of humility, STL,
That's what's up.
channel and all that. Shout out to the host, shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat, love and light bombs to everybody. Hey, Kosman Kruger, boy, hey, man. Hey, way to eloquently slow cook. You understand what I'm saying? It was very easy to understand when you put it out there like that, man. We talk a lot behind the scenes, and the one thing we was talking about, DMG, was this: like if there's a herb, right, that can cure any ailment known to mankind, is that herb beneficial for Black people? The answer is yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. You understand? So what we found out though, when approaching it from a universal cosmic perspective, right? Because bro just went over it. He said, look, he went to it. If you want to be chosen, all you got to do is choose creative, right? What we found out though, when we get to talking about, hey, this don't just work for the brothers in the Congo. This just don't work for those in East India. This just don't work. This work for everybody. What we find out is that a lot of people get mad because it's not exclusive. It don't only work for Black folk. You feel me? And in that's where you show what's disingenuous and what's not. Because if it's about what benefits us, it shouldn't matter if it benefit somebody in the Amazon rainforest swinging with a loincloth on, or somebody on Wall Street, or somebody in Saudi Arabia. It shouldn't matter. You understand? If it's beneficial,
and that's a good point, though. That's a good point.
And what the brother Kosman Cal was doing tonight, he was taking the verses in the ode that go into the universality, mankind, and he would just say Black people, the Black conscious community, Black people, because Black people are a part of mankind in totality. Absolutely. You understand?
No doubt.
But when you read it like that, when you plug and play and read it like that, then it's a lot clearer, DMG. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is beneficial. You understand?
Yeah,
it ain't just beneficial for us, it's beneficial for all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So with that, I'm mute up.
And that's why I kind of, when I looked into it, that's why I asked the questions the way I did, because I was like, wait a minute, now if this is what is, unless I got the wrong joint, if this is what it's saying, I think I gotta approach this a different way. But let me get to the Queen, Sakina Ra. What's going on, Queen?
Peace to all the kings. I got here late. I didn't know that, but I wasn't on YouTube either.
Man, peace to my sister Sakina Ra.
Love and light, Sakina Ra, with the business.
Yeah, love and light.
Don't beat me up. I really I'm gonna go back and rewatch this. Because I heard you was doing herbalistic things. Right. So I guess my question was, because when Malachi Maccabee gave me a good breakdown, right, when he just came up here. So my question only was kind of when you was throwing down on the Black people and the Black people was doing this and that and the other. My question was, because it's almost sounded like you chose, or it was chosen for one person or one race that enslaved all people. Now, somebody said everybody enslaved Black people, and I know that, but everybody didn't enslave all people. There was one race that enslaved all people, right? And so if we want to say that, then we're going to call them the chosen ones.
No. Well, first of all,
let me land this, because we know that there's a specific race that enslaved Chinese. They enslaved everything that came here. They enslaved Mexicans. They enslaved Germans. They enslaved Blacks. They enslaved everything that came this way. And to the point now we unenslaving, we are deporting. So call it what you wanna, but just call it. Right?
Well, no, I get you. First of all, the chosen ain't enslaving or hurting nobody or doing anything negative to anyone. So if that is part of the narrative, that proves that the narrative is false, right? And hence, whoever told it.
Right, but when you said, and I agree with this part, when the etymology changes, so does the action. So when them words get to changing, so does that action. And I agree with that wholeheartedly. So when you know what I'm saying, y'all like to talk word salad, and when you use but, then it scratches out everything you said at first, and now everything you're about to say is about to change that.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. Okay. Firstly, we can't blame one thing on one people. First of all, let's just be plain with it. If we talking about white folks, they was the first slaves.
To who?
To niggas. We enslaved them.
When?
In America. Hold on. Who do you think got off them things in 1619? Or what about the 350,000 that came in 1618? White pale faces from Europe, indenture, enslavement. There is no different.
Who slaved?
I'm telling you, we did.
Okay, and
indigenous American. We enslaved them, just like nigger Europeans enslaved them, and white folks from Europe owned white folks and nigger Europeans, and also white Africans and brown Africans. Everybody played the game.
Are you talking
everybody played the game, and this is why y'all got to understand you're never going to get reparations for slavery. Everybody, hold on, their whole race is called Slavic because their people were made slaves for thousands of years. You dig what I'm talking about? It's just now they just coming out of the caves and being barbaric, and you dig what I'm talking about, that they starting to interact. And let's just be real. They've never hated you. They've always envied you. They never wanted to kill you. They wanted to become you.
I understand that part.
Yeah, I gotta say this though, bro. So look, when we see people dragging our ancestors out their crib, cutting, like castrating men, like, hey, the quickest way to demonstrate to me that you hate me is to remove my manhood. You understand? Like, that's the quickest way to demonstrate to me that you hate me. So it is to harm me in that way, or to make me be able to not function in that way. Like hey, me and you been rapping about my health situation, and I actually got some good news I'm gonna share with you offline. But one of the first things they want to tell you is, I can give you this, but it may affect your libido. And the first thing I'm gonna do is throw my hands up. Cause hey, listen, I gotta die being able to look. I want to go like Whoopi Goldberg daddy in The Color Purple when she say how you go on top of me. So to castrate a man and then burn him, that's hate, bro. That ain't no envy there. That's hate. So I gotta disagree with you a little bit on that. Look,
what I'm telling you is,
you already castrated me. Now you're gonna burn me?
Hold on. What I'm telling you is, you did the same thing to them.
Well, see, well, the only thing I would need you to do, because see, we it's documented what they did to me.
It's documented what they did to them. Hold on, wait a minute. They were fighting for
what we did to them. And this is what I would also say. It is a difference between chattel slavery and indentured servitude. It's a difference. Indentured servitude, you got light at the end of the tunnel. In chattel slavery, you're dying belonging to somebody else. So it's a little bit of a difference.
And let me piggyback off of that before you answer Kosman. Let me piggyback and say this too, because if I come in your land uninvited and set up camp, right? Then if you enslave me or capture me, right? Then that's not necessarily enslaving me, because one, I just invaded your territory with thousands of people and just gonna do a Nicki Minaj takeover, and you're gonna allow that?
That doesn't even sound logical.
Okay, but logically or not, but so I can just bring people and move in your house on your land?
No, I'm saying it never even happened.
But you just said that people came in and came.
Yeah, you let them in.
You didn't
listen, I understand the narrative. I understand the narrative.
They came on ships and they just pulled in and they set up camp, and then they took them in and they enslaved them. Now they didn't welcome them in because they didn't know where they were. We know that on that first that they were what is it called, the Pacific trade. Those people were lost. They didn't come in the Atlantic. They came on the Pacific, and they were some of the first travelers. And I don't even have the name of it because I don't have these books. But regardless to that, you can still look this up. And these people were travelers too, and they left. I don't know about. I did hear and read about Dutch people here and whatnot. But again, when you say that they were enslaved, I did know about a Dutch being enslaved. Now I don't know who enslaved them, but if you saying that they
enslaved themselves,
okay. Well, again, that could be servitude if they gave themselves up to be slaves. Now,
no, many of them were in. Listen, let me. Let me. I know y'all y'all done heard of the narrative and you did what I'm talking about. They was whooping your ass and you was slaves and y'all was weak as fuck, but that's not true.
Put you in it too.
You fought the whole, listen, hold on. You fought the whole time. In the 1860s Civil War, they wasn't fighting to free you. They wasn't fighting to free none of us. He's fighting to free white folks. We were enslaving them in the South.
I'm from the North, boo.
Well, my people from the South.
I'm just talking.
My people from the South. And many of us down there owned the plantations. The only reason we were on the plantations is because we owned them.
Right.
You can't find a lick of slavery in your family, nor name one African, nor did one of your grandparents ever tell you anything about Africa or being a slave. They don't know anything about it because that is a story being applied to people who fought the whole time.
Hey, listen. Hey, Kosman, real quick. It's a saying, and I'm a big wrestling fan, right? And it's a saying when certain people music hit that business is about to pick up. And I gotta say, business is about to pick up because my man Captain K just hit the panel.
All right.
And before Captain K talk, he know I gotta play this right quick. So I gotta play this. And Cap, I want you to say your piece because we're gonna wrap this thing up in about, let's say, 5 or 10 minutes. But let me hit this button for Cap right quick.
I'm running this shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Go ahead, Cap.
Oh man. White supremacy at its finest, man, from what I've been hearing. This is terrible. That now an orthodontist got the truth that niggas should be following. I think this is ridiculous. This is totally ridiculous.
Now, why you say that, Cal? Why you say that? Why you say that?
Well, first off, the brother read it and said it himself in the book of, what was that, Discipline, when it said that we're not to follow any gods or any books. He himself said even the book of Owaspi
Right.
So if we're not supposed to follow no book, even the book of Owaspi, why in the hell are you reading and following the book of Owaspi?
First of all, you
This is
always
ridiculous.
hold on. Are you done?
Yeah,
First of
I
all,
guess you in a hurry to talk again because I really wasn't. But go ahead.
You got every
Hold
bit of knowledge.
on, Kosman, because I want you to respond directly to Cap. Finish the statement, Cap, and then Kosman gonna respond.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, if you're gonna say that that book is to be excluded as well, then why are we reading it? Why are we teaching people to listen? This wasn't a white man that wrote this. Look at what it says here. It said the black man and the black race and all this stuff right here.
Watch this.
The
Can you
whole
show
thing
me?
is. Okay, I guess he's gonna interrupt me again. Go ahead.
All right, peace to the chat. I'm going down. Peace, Cap.
All right.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop it right there because I guess he got more to say for the next 2 hours. Go ahead, brother.
All right. Now he talk about white man. White man is white man that he's scary, right? That first of all, you dig what I'm saying? Secondly, can you show me one black face that authorized your James, King James Bible? Or any other biblical text. Just one black face who authorized the writing. Go ahead.
Did he even address what I said?
I addressed it. You talking about white people. I don't care nothing about
hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I was talking to DMG. Hey, DMG.
Yes, sir. What's up, Cap?
Did he address what I said?
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah, you was talking about
because I said something about the book of discipline that he read, and he said not to follow even the book of Owaspi. So I said, why are we following the book of Owaspi? He worried about the dentist part, the orthodontist statement that I made about the white man. I'm trying to find out if he said out of his mouth that we should not even follow no book or the book of Owaspi. Why are we reading from the book of Owaspi?
All right. So, anyways, back to what I was saying, right? All right. He felt I didn't answer the question. First of all, Owaspi teaches us we are the book. What is written on our spirit, right, is us, right? So, only thing we read, only thing in Owaspi that agrees with us, right? That's what we take in and we hold in, right? If it don't agree with us, we throw it out. Owaspi is a book. You dig what I'm talking about? No book is immaculate, right? Now, back to my question, right? You was worried about a white guy who said he just compiled my text. It didn't come out of his mind, right? He said he compiled it, right? It comes from an otherworldly source, and if you were intelligent enough to read it, you would know that, right? But now you sitting here asking me questions about white people, right? So can you please show me one nigga who authorized anybody to write anything in your Bible?
Hey, Cap, after you respond, we got somebody else that just hit the panel. I'm going to go to them.
Just one.
Ain't no sweat. Now, what's your question again?
Just one. Give us one.
Just one what?
Just one nigga who authorized or wrote your Bible. Just one. Name.
What do you mean?
Name one. I'm saying crackers wrote your Bible. I'm saying your Bible crackers. Since you worried about crackers, I'm not worried.
You said crackers, bro?
I'm saying the people who wrote your Bible are white. You ain't got not one.
And I disagree with that.
Hold on, bro. Now you got something to say. You want to talk?
No, I just said I disagree with you. That's
okay.
all.
Okay. You don't care if you disagree. Source up or shut up. I'm saying absolutely for a fact you don't have one black person, a nigga from the Congo, who wrote one paragraph in your Bible or even authorized it.
Show us one, please, sir. Or shut that up.
Black people aren't from the Congo. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't care what you talking
So
about. Just
so
show
now
me
so
somebody
so
heavily
all
melanated
of
that
them
broke your Bible.
So let's
all of
let
them in the
Cap
book.
answer, and then we're gonna go to the brother that just jumped on.
Yeah, just name us one.
Everybody in that book, as far as Moses, Joshua, I can keep going on and on and on.
Watch this.
All of them were black.
Watch this. What year was Moses born?
The Bible don't say what year he was
Okay.
born.
Well, who was Moses in Egypt?
He was raised under the Pharaoh.
Who was
He was
he?
found in a bag.
Historically.
He was an Israelite. He was an Israelite.
Who was he
He was found
historically,
in the
sir?
river.
Stop buck dancing. Stop
What
Hebrew
do you mean buck
shuffling.
dance? Who's Hebrew
Yeah,
shuffling?
Hebrew shuffling.
Real quick, because I
Who's Hebrew
definitely
shuffling?
want y'all to continue y'all convo, but let me go to it, and I hope I'm saying your
He
name
can't
right,
answer a
brother.
simple question.
Is it Jose Francis? Am I saying that right?
Yes. What's up?
All right, what's up, brother? What's on your mind?
Number one, he needs to stop referring to black people as niggers. Because I'm not a nigger and you're not a nigger either. First of all.
I respect that.
Number two, was not the man who wrote your book a dentist from New York or no?
Nigga, why is you worried about it?
Hold on, bro. He made a request.
You're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna say.
I got you. Let's. He made a request. Let's keep it respectful amongst the brothers.
No. He didn't make a request. He told me first thing you're gonna do is stop calling black people niggas.
Yes, and I have a right to say so.
No, you told me that. You ain't make no request.
Okay, so
don't get petty with these niggas, my nigga. Let's stick to the subject.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Let's keep it respectful amongst the brothers.
Why y'all? Wait a minute. First of all, why when they come with the sideways, side-eye energy, and I give them the same thing back, why is it a problem?
Don't even dig into it because you don't hit the man. You said you made a statement. You said, show me a black man that authorized the Bible. From 70 CE, from the fall of Jerusalem to right now, they can't show you one black rabbi who authorized the Bible. If you can't show that, you need to stop arguing the fact that this is a black man's book because we're asking for historical evidence
I
of
never
that
argued
fact.
that, Malachi, I never argued that. I said I resent the word nigga. I never told it.
No, not you, Benjamin. We just speaking overall at this point because we don't argue petty subjects. We don't talk about the nigga talk, the Negro, the black. That's irrelevant to the overall subject of what's going on. Now, I just jumped in because I got in late, so I don't know all what's going on. But
still didn't answer my question, Malachi.
You talking that's Selah, that's not Malachi, that's Selah Shalom, bro.
Sorry, Selah, he didn't answer the question.
No, I get what you're saying.
What you mean? Well, answer your question. You made a statement. You told me.
That's what I asked.
Hold up, but I think hold up, Kosman, hold up. I think Kosman raised a more important question because y'all worrying about this European dentist, which is one European. We could go through a list of different nationalities of European who had their hands on the Bible, and not one black man out of those European nations, from Greek, Latin, to English, black people was in those regions. But we don't have not one historical data of a black man, a rabbi, a notable Hebrew Israelite in history that authorized the Torah with a pedigree of other niggas following him.
Exactly, not one. That's why y'all couldn't answer the question. Not one. That's why y'all didn't answer the question.
I brought that out in a debate with Zion.
I
brought that in a debate with the Lions Den, and nobody had an answer. From Tazariak to Zion Lex to the Lions Den, nobody had an answer for that. And I believe that that's a dagger. If you're going to stand on a book that you claim that's a black man's book, and you can't have, if you can't show no historical evidence of a black man writing it, that's a dagger.
I agree.
So let me ask y'all this. And this for the non-creator gang brothers. So for Cap and the brother Jose, what's y'all response to the brothers saying who the authorship of the book is irrelevant as it relates to the contents of the book?
Well, the authorship of the book clearly is important. But number one, King James never wrote the book. He authorized those things to be put into a compilation. That's why it's
We
called
know
the
that.
Bible.
We know that. Everybody know that. We want to know what show blackface.
Let them get it out, because I'm gonna let all y'all respond.
Go ahead.
I agree that he mistranslated it. I'm not a Christian. No offense to the Christians, and I don't agree with the book. So I agree that none of them wrote the book. I agree with that, but that's not what I asked you. What I'm asking you is, how could a dentist from New York all of a sudden write the word of God and then write it wrong on top of that? That's my question.
Well, the same way it's called inspiration. The same way that the Bible was inspired, right? It don't matter what. Listen, sir. What your beliefs only matter to you. Your beliefs are not even real. They're subjective, sir. So hold on. Wait a minute. In the real world, any of your feeling and subjectivity doesn't matter. What we're saying is the same spirit force that it took for Ezra to drink that drink and then talk for 40 days is in a sense the same spiritual force that came through JBN and he typed on a typewriter. What does it matter if it fell out of the sky with little pink My Little Pink Pony pajamas on?
Right.
It wouldn't matter because it would only be the information that matters. Correct.
Right. Hey, let's go on a WASP and hey, listen, DMG, can I share my screen real quick? I got a few verses to read from a WASP. I'm gonna address both Cap and Jose with these.
Yeah, I want Cap. I want Cap to answer that question too, as it relates to. And brother Jose, check the private chat. I left my email. If you feel like coming back on and building, you can definitely contact me.
Hey, also we were doing, and we set the tone for what's called Battle of the Holy Books.
Yes, sir.
Battle of the Holy Books, in which we would have brothers that swordsmen in their different perspectives and doctrines come through. You know, they pick a topic, and we see which book can stand on its own merit. Every tub got to sit on its own bottom, Jack. We all know that. So when it comes down to it, when we keep running authorship, well, who wrote it, and dragging our feet to get to the information, that's when we see, okay, now some buck dancing going on. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example that make perfect sense to everybody. We all grew up in the ghettos of America. Everybody did, right? I'm talking about all of us on here. We all grew up in America, or if you some different nationality, you grew up the way you grew up. You went to a school, didn't you? Yeah, you went to a school, and they taught you out of these things that aren't even real books. And when I say they're not real books, meaning you can't go to the public library and get them. They taught you out of something called textbooks, right, DMG? All right. If I ask anybody from Jaime up on Wall Street to Lil Bullet down on Broadway, to Huckleberry Finn's swinging around with his satchel, who is the author of your 5th grade science textbook? Who is the author of your trigonometry textbook you was taking in high school? Don't nobody know nothing about no author, no publishers, yet we were all educated out of them.
That's
so
facts.
What really matters is the information that's in it. And that's why we've been trying to get Creator Gang, been trying to get Battle of the Holy Book swinging. But ever since we've been trying to go into the text and let us match verse for verse, everybody get off topic. They bring up a white dentist. They bring up all type of stuff to delay you. Hey, now let's get busy. The only way that I'll know if your fighting style is superior to mine, DMG, is what? We got to get in the dojo.
In the ring.
Yep.
We got to get in the dojo. And whoever touch every wall in this deal, their fighting style is inferior. Yep. So we've been trying to put OWASP up against whatever book, Bible, the Kemetic literature, any type of ancestral worship, Quran. But guess what, bro? Every time we do it, no one stays on topic.
Yep.
Nobody stays on topic.
Tazariak ran from me in a debate with the flyer already made in the date set, nigga. When have you known that nigga to run, my nigga? That's on record.
Real quick, Cap. Same question I asked our brother Jose, and then I'm gonna let Daryl Kosman share his screen. What do you say to the creator gang saying the authorship of the book is irrelevant in light of its context?
I think that shit is dumb because we know that Huckleberry Finn and My Little Pony and all that other shit he brought up, all them other cartoons, it wasn't real. No, nobody said that Huckleberry Finn was the book of God and God's writings. So that's a whole big difference. And I think that that's kind of dumb to even make that comparison. And I think that's very stupid to say that, well, what does it matter if it was this and that, if it just fell out the sky, or if it just, all of these things are important.
Yeah, what does it matter?
So that's why.
Let him finish, and then we gonna let Daryl share his screen. Go ahead, Cap.
Damn. Yeah. So, like I said, when you say that, what does it matter? I mean, you say, oh, it's just the information. What about the information? You can't say that to nobody.
Because
you said, God damn.
Because the
God damn.
Because the
let him finish. Let him finish, and then we're gonna get right back to y'all. Let him finish what he's saying.
Let him get it out. They ain't saying that. Let me get it out.
You knuckle dragging, Cap.
Damn, this can't be quiet.
Hey, let him talk. Just let him talk. Say what he got to say. He about to get cut in a second once it's my turn. Go ahead. Let him say what he got to say.
You know they're gonna bury it.
I'm gonna let the what gang is it? Whatever gang it is. I'm gonna let them talk.
Anytime you want some smoke,
you see they can't be quiet long enough. You see they can't be quiet long enough to even say that. Because the shit that he talking about is stupid. It didn't make sense what he just said. That's why the nigga keep interrupting me. That's why he keep interrupting me. Because that didn't make sense what he said out of his own mouth. To say that something out of his book, the author of his book don't matter. That shit is stupid. And he knows it's stupid. That's why he keep interrupting. Because the shit was just stupid. But go ahead, DFG.
We ain't saying that.
So listen, okay, real quick. This is what I need from everybody. When I call on somebody, I just need that person to speak. Everybody else can mute out. Let that person finish, and I'm gonna get back around to everybody. So, what I really want to do though is, I know Malachi Maccabee is in St. Louis now. I want to see if we can put something together with him and Cap, if we can possibly get that going. But right now we're gonna share our brother Daryl Kosman's screen. Go ahead, brother. I'm gonna put it on full screen right quick.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Love and light. Oh no, bring us back.
Bring us back. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I like to see my expressions. I want to expressions when it's real.
Okay, go ahead.
So the brother Cap had asked why what did he say about? He said not following. He said, why does a WASP itself doesn't want you to follow the book, right? Now that's an excellent question because first of all, it shows us that we shouldn't be indoctrinated at all on anything compared to Bible. Bible doesn't tell you not to be indoctrinated. In fact, it gets you bound to it by fear of it. Huh? That's what the God sells you is fear. Huh? But we got a creator that tells us this, Book of Inspiration, chapter 9, 5 through 10. You shall be your own judge in all things, Cap. Behold, listen to your creator. Behold, I sent my God to judge you. But guess what, Cap? You shall also judge the judgments of your God. You got it in you to do that? You got it in you to do that, Cap? No, you don't. Why? Because he shows you to fear him. You ain't finna judge nothing. Kosman Kyle showed you back in the presentation of the Israelites that admitted that they would sacrifice their kid if the God told them to sacrifice their kid. Why would they do that, Cap? Out of fear. They wouldn't judge the God at all and say, bro, hold up, slow up. You told me that thou shalt not kill. And then you turn around like a hypocrite, tell me I should kill my child? Huh? But hold on, let's finish up. And afterward, Cap, you shall judge yourself in the same way. But watch this. He say, look, the creator say, I created you a perpetual judge. What are you not judging every day, Cap? Huh? Not only to judge yourself in the world besides, but you shall also judge me, your own creator. Why, Cap? Because it don't get jealous, Cap. Because you can ask creator any question. Why should it feel insecure? He got the answer to all things, homie. Huh? Now check this out about the books. Look, creator say, I have given you many sacred books. That includes Bible. That includes Bhagavad Gita. You know what it includes, huh? And he say, unless you judge those books, judge what? The merit of the words, man. Unless you judge them, Cap, you shall be caught in a snare. Huh? That's why you appear cognitively dissonant right now, because you're caught up in a snare. And the creator say, look, I charge you that you shall accept nothing from men, angels, or gods. But you shall rely on your own inspiration from your creator only, which is what? Within you. And everywhere outside and overall and beyond yourself, huh? Two more verses for you. Two more verses for you real quick. Let me explain something to you. This is why we shouldn't be bound on books. Because not all the reality, not all the creation you can fit in a spine-bound book, huh? Did you know that everything that's in a spine-bound book first comes from reality, actual experiences? What's picked up from the senses? The Great Spirit is as near this day as in the time of the ancients. Put yourself in order, becoming one with him, huh? And no book is so easily read as what, Cap? Let me highlight it for you. No book is as easily read as what, Cap? His created universe, huh? What have you written down in your whole life that you hadn't experienced first with your senses and your conscience? Inspiration comes less by books. That includes Owaspia. That includes Bible. Inspiration comes less by books than what the Great Spirit wrote. His worlds. Read him and his works. Now go to your Bible right now. Show me something different. Huh?
So real quick, you still sharing your screen, bro?
Yeah.
So real quick, what I'm about to do, we had 3 hours, about 2 minutes over 3 hours. Like I say, family got home a little while ago. Y'all know your brother. I gotta go get biblical with the queen, but I gotta invite the whole creator gang back to the shift. This was a powerful show, and I'm gonna go around and let the family close out, but I'm gonna start with our brother Jose Francis. I left my email in the private chat, bro. Hit me up, man. I'm definitely interested in building with you. And then I'm gonna go to Cap because I want the creator gang to be the last ones to speak.
Oh, you talking about me? I saw that. My fault. Sorry to cut you off. You sent me the email, right?
I put it in the private chat for everybody.
Yeah, paradigm shift. Yep. You know what? I got a hot presentation for you, man, called Yahweh the Demon of War. We gonna talk about it.
Yeah, matter of fact, you can just get my number from Kosman Cat.
Okay, got you. We'll come back and do that Yahweh bit. Yep.
But yeah, I was putting it in there for the brother Jose specifically to hit me up if he wanted to come back on and build or whatever the case. But my brother Jose, any last comments, man, before we get up out of here?
Yeah. I want to ask them a question. If a man has been a carpenter for 35 years and he knows nothing about electrical and plumbing, would you let him do those things in your house? That's why it matters who wrote the book and what the expertise is in the book. Because I don't believe in the book at all. And you have to show me how it's true, and you can, because it's not a history book. It's a religious book like any other book. It's a doctrine. That's it.
All right. All right.
Well, I mean, is he asking a question, or you just spouting more opinion?
Well, he was asking the question within his closeout. If you can, hold your answer to after Cap closeout, because I don't want to prolong it. Brother, like I said, Jose, hit me up, man. I would definitely like for you to come back on. I hope you subscribe and you can come back and build with us some more.
I'll definitely do that.
Appreciate you, bro. Cap 10K. Close this thing out, man. Any last comments, questions for the brother? I hope we can get you back on the bill with one of these brothers in the future dialogue, debate, conversation, particularly our brother Malachi Maccabee, because he in the loop. Maybe we can go sit down somewhere and have a conversation. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, ain't no sweat. We could do that. But I'm going to just close out real quick and let everybody know, go to isupk.com for the truth. All right, because we are the home of the truth. And I'm doing a lecture in June 14th from 2 to 4 about drugs, right? Because I want to get these brothers off of their weed and their fentanyl or whatever they own. I want them to come sit down so that we can get them off of them drugs too. All right, and with that, I'll close out.
Hey, Cap, you ain't holler at me about a flyer, man. What's going on?
Oh, we already had the brother in the school make one. I got you though. You can still make us one though. Yeah, he's not. He said he wanted to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Long as you already got one, but yeah, you know if you need one, hit me up.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, brother. You terrible for the fentanyl and the weed comments, though. You know you terrible. But
that's what all this shit sound like.
Man, you terrible. But that's my brother Cap 10K. Y'all know how he get down. Hopefully we're gonna be able to put something together with one of these brothers and see who book. That's what we're gonna call it. Who book is the best? I know I'll be coming up with these titles on the fly. Who book is the best? Cap 10K versus Malachi Maccabee. Man, listen, y'all already know. I marketing one-on-one.
I'll put that boy in a blender. He already know. He done felt the ride for the Maccabee.
Your big homie up too. We'll beat you up next.
I already put Taz in the blender.
We'll smoke ISUPK.
Speaking of, I want to, because our brother came in late, and this is the brother who I'm probably most familiar with from seeing him on Sinetta is Selah Shalom. I hope I said that correctly.
Salute.
I'm gonna start with you, brother, on the closeout. Let the people know where you're at, where they can find you. Most of them probably already know, because I believe my brother Kosman brought a lot of people over. So, but yeah, let us know what you got going on, man, and whatever else you want to get off your chest.
No, man, I got in late, man. I had a I had a crazy night, so I slept a little late. So when I got up, I realized the live was on. I didn't know how long. I didn't even know how long y'all been on, so I just hopped on for a hot second, and I just reacted as far as what was going on at the moment. I didn't even see the lecture and join, but I knew what it was about. Okay. We back talked about it, whatever. But like Malachi said, at the end of the day, ain't none of you niggas, ain't none of us wrote these books. None of us. We gravitated to these books, and then we decided if you want to be bound to these books or bound to the God of these books or whatever the case may be. So that's why when he said Battle of the Holy Books, I said that's the perfect scenario, because with that being said, we putting the books on trial. Mm-hmm. Even us. We're putting the OWASP on trial. Whoever's representing the Bible going to put the Bible on trial. If you represent the Quran and the Kemetic literature, all of it is on trial because we're going off what's in the book. We didn't write the books, so we shouldn't be emotionally attached to what the book is saying, because the book was here before we got here, and it's going to be here after we get here, after we leave here. You see what I'm saying? So, and being advocates of the Bible, nigga, we know the Bible back and forth. Mally know it, Kosman, we know the book. We know the Bible. That's why we can beat you up every time, because we know what art of fighting that you know, but you don't know the art in fighting. You don't know what we got, because you ain't studying the OWASP. And I know a lot of people ain't gonna study it. They don't indulge that deep, because that takes time and dedication to even get a comprehensive understanding of what the book even talking about. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, When we brought a battle of the holy books, that was the perfect scenario because now we could engage and see which information out of these books is more superior as far as understanding what the hell we here for. That's what this is about. What the hell we here for? What we living for? When we die, where we going? These are the questions that's going to be asked in the human soul. And these books are supposed to be navigations to that based off information coming from what we're doing as the spirit world. God's supposed to be a spirit, so that's the spirit world. So we have different books supposedly coming from the spirit world. And it's our duty as humans to investigate these books, from Bible to Quran to any book that's supposed to be coming from the spirit side or coming from a God. See what I'm saying? So I knew the Quran too, nigga. Knowledge the Quran in 96, knowledge 120 in 96, 5% mathematics. Nigga, I did all that shit in my teenage years. So what I'm saying to you is that Tazariak ran to your boy Cat, whoever this dude is, you know what I mean? Whoever this cat is above from the ICPK. Yeah. Your boy ran from the debate. That's on record. And according to the debate rules, if you set a date for a debate, put the flyer up, and if you renege, nigga, you lose, regardless of what excuse you come with. So shout out to Kosman Cal. That's the motherfucking cloud kicker. Kosman don't play no games. I got to pull the chain and say, yo, Kosman, nigga, stay focused. Don't let these niggas sidetrack you with African Americans. Once Kosman is focused on the subject matter, he gonna roast, nigga. He gonna cook. Likewise with my brother Malachi Maccabee. Likewise with Daryl Kosman, and likewise with myself. These dudes like to play games. Oh, the white man. This. You see how they, you know, they playing games. They beating around what we call beating around the bush. Mm-hmm. If we was in the dojo and I said I know jujitsu and you know karate, and then you start saying, man, jiu-jitsu trash. You don't want to go on the ground when you fighting, nigga. All that is side talk, nigga. Let's get in the ring, and I'm going to show you what this jiu-jitsu about. And then when we get in the dojo, when I lay you down and put you in the armbar and choke you out and stand up and say, this is what jiu-jitsu about. That's enough of the side talk.
Right.
This is what Battle of the Holy Books is about. If you're not willing to step to the plate and put your information, your
God. Put your God on
you ain't ready for the game. We're going to keep lecture. We're going to continue to lecture and continue to do what we're doing because we got a crowd of people behind us. I'm the nigga who sparked this whole shit. I'm the nigga who brought the OWASP to the so-called black conscious community. And I got a whole team behind me. If this was bullshit, ain't no team would be behind me if this was nonsense. We dealing with the creator. All we trying to tell you is that you've been following a God that is pretending to be creator, and that's what this whole thing is about.
Wow.
I don't care if you studying Kemet. I don't care if you study Islam.
Right.
I've been there, done that. I don't care if you study in Bible, been there, done that 3,000 times. All we say is that the gods in those books who you thought was the most high is not the creator, and we could demonstrate this. That's what the debates was about. Daryl Kosman demonstrated that Yahweh is a demon in the debate we had with the with Lions, and he showed that in this round. Chapter and verse, we ain't even say nothing out of our opinionated mouth. And they ain't have nothing for it. I came back and made the premise the fact that ain't no black Hebrew Israelites authorized nothing in Bible. I showed that and laid down the pedigree of Europeans who did. And when the question was posed, can you show me a black man who authorized Bible? Nobody could show it. Even tonight, nobody could show it. So all the shenanigans comes to an end when we put the questions on the chopper block. Mm-hmm. And this is just dialogue, let alone a debate. You niggas don't get roasted.
You gonna get bait.
So with that being said, it's your boy Salah Shalom, DMG. Salute to the righteous God. Salute to the panel. Your boy Salah Shalom is out of here, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Speaking of Daryl Kosman, I want to go to you next, bro. And I definitely want you to hit me up, man. Get my number from Kosman Cal, man, so we can get you on to do that presentation. But close us out, man, and let the people know how soon we can look for you to come back over.
Love and light, man. Let me get my ducks in a row and I'll hit you up and let you know I'm ready to come back and do that presentation. But it's going to be very soon. Real quick before I close out, I do want to address Brother Jose's question. I want to say that was a very poor analogy, and I want you to hear me out as to why. First of all, before I received the OWASP, it was already written. So before I go into a house, before somebody go into a house and do the electricity, who you say probably ain't got no history in it, I'm gonna go into that house first and I'm gonna check all the lights, hit all the switches, and see if it holds up. And if it holds up, that man knew what the hell he was doing despite his background. All right. So the same thing with a WASP. You go in there, you crack that book open, you read it, you check the mirror of the words. If the mirror of the words checked out, when you put it into practice and you get the results, and the results hang true, come on, bro, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant who wrote it. Put the words into practice, man. You your judge. Judge the book. I just read that to you in the book itself. Huh? Love, light, and balance, man. All praises to the ever-present great spirit whose magnitude is incomprehensible, whose presence is everywhere. Hey, love, light, balance to all my brothers and sisters out there.
That's right. Gang in it.
Hey, and listen, I'm gonna say this, man. May the spark of the great I am within us all be forever magnified. Huh? Hey, DMG, thank you for having us. Hey, Creative Gang, Selah Shalom, Malachi Maccabee, Four Horsemen. Hey, how's my cow? You did your damn thing tonight, brother Jose. Thank you for joining, brother. Hey, ain't nothing but love, man. At the end of the day, it ain't nothing but love at the end of the day, man. Despite how much you disagree, how much you do agree. Hey, Cap, sorry I had to rock on you, bro, but you got real silent after them verses, baby. See you soon. Love and light.
And if I may, shout out to you, brother. Before I get to Malachi Maccabee. And salute to the Lou brother. I gotta keep saying that. But before I get to him, I do want to say I can relate, because when I tell people that my personal philosophy is Black existentialism, or Marble Mouth, JJ 7 Cent, Mumble Molly, whatever he calling himself these days. He like to bring up the fact that James Baldwin work is considered to be Black existentialist work, and he want to talk about James Baldwin being of an alternative lifestyle to not say something else, right? But James Baldwin said that to be a Negro in America and be relatively conscious is to be in an almost constant state of rage. I don't care what his lifestyle is. That statement is true.
Yeah.
So I can kind of understand where y'all coming from when y'all say, all right, whoever wrote it, if it rings true, what we talking about? So that being said, I'm gonna go to Malachi Maccabee. Give us your closing words, my brother.
Hey man, love, light, and balance to the panel, the chat. You know what I mean? The host, DMG, STL, home turf. Shout out to my brother Kosman Kruger, Kosman Cow, the cloud kicker. It was a very thorough presentation. Very easy to understand, especially once it was understood. We talking about all people, which include Black people. And then when you plugged and played, when you did that, oh man, that deal was hitting like steel. You know what I mean? To address the Cap in St. Louis, I brought up textbooks, and textbooks are what we learn what we learn from. And we spent our entire school, whether it's from grade school to middle school, high school, or even when you get to the university, you're learning out of books, textbooks. Nobody inquires who's the author, what's his lifestyle, how much concentrated forms of melanin he has. Does he have woolly hair or Rin Tin Tin hair? Ain't nobody asking these questions. You going up in that math book, that science book, that chemistry book to see if the information hold up. That way you can do what? You can advance and graduate to the next grade. You're not even adding. Look, and these are the books that the entire United States of America are educated off of. And when I brought up Huckleberry Finn, genius, I was saying it don't matter if you a Huckleberry Finn, if you in the Amazon swinging from a loincloth. It don't matter if a damn donkey can speak in the Bible and it's truth. Huh? Because that actually happened in the book of Numbers, genius. A damn donkey spoke. And then he spoke, and guess what? It was truth. Had he not spoke that, something would have happened to his handler. So that's why we say it's in your Bible that it really don't matter. And if you really was thorough with the compilation of your Bible, the entire Bible's backdated, genius. The entire Bible was written after the fact of the matter. How about there weren't even no names on your gospel for the first 100 years after they were written in Koine Greek? So you got New Testament letters floating around the ancient world, and the authors are anonymous before you ever called them a Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. No, you better get your weight up dealing with Creator Gang, boy, because look, when we come through to bury all that. We come to bury the God. We ain't here to play with you, tiptoe through the tulips, mighty cuddle, side jaw. No, right to it. So your response was real, low and remedial. I expect more out of you because you've been around for a little taste. You understand? But when I bring up textbooks and all you hear is Huckleberry Finn, and you drop about 25 stupid, oh, it just was stupid. Oh, it just was stuff. This boy don't got nothing to say. Oh, it just was stupid. So, hey, again, for everybody listening, let's get this battle with the holy books cracking. It don't matter if you are atheist and you believe in evolution. It don't matter if you Sunni Muslim, NOI, Christian, Episcopalian, Israelite, Jewish. It don't matter what it is. If you standing on any type of spiritual text, let's agree to a topic. You understand? And let's stick to the topic. Let's see which book holds its own merit. And whoever is firing out their text the most, that can be understood, not emotion, not veering left and saying, oh, well, Matthew didn't write Matthew. So no, we ain't talking about that. We talking about the information in the book. Whoever gets off topic, guess what, DMG, they forfeit. Now, if these niggas gonna come outside and debate, they about to stand on what they talking about. Or get the hell off these YouTube streets.
Right.
So with that being said, bro, I'm gonna sign off. Hey, excellent presentation, Kosman Kruger, the cloud kicker. Kosman Carol, y'all go over there, like, subscribe, share. Go over to See La Shalom, like, subscribe, share. Creator Gang TV, like, subscribe, share. Paradigm Shift 314 TV, like, subscribe, share. Honor and Humility STL. Malachi Mack will be on all the social medias, like, subscribe, share. And look, let's get to it. Enough of the small talk. Salute.
There it is. Last and certainly not least, a nightmare in these YouTube streets.
That's why they call me Kosman
Cal.
Yeah, I'm Freddie, big brother. You dig what I'm talking about? Freddie called me when it gets sticky. You dig what I'm saying? But look, facts. If y'all got the answers, y'all big and bad with this Bible. First of all, I'm 4 years and old against the Bible. Islam, Buddhism, Brahmanism, Taoism, whatever you want it in, I'll bury you and your homeboys. Right? It's 4 of us. Go get them. And I'm just standing on the book. I don't gotta spout my opinion about nothing. I ain't got to say nothing about nothing. But I ain't ducking no smoke. I'll beat your big homie up, beat you up. Right? I don't know you like Mally and them. I ain't never heard of you. Don't care about no ISUPK. None of that. I'm here to debate. You're not even an Israelite. I can prove you ain't an Israelite. If you go by that text to prove who you are, you ain't even an Israelite. I asked the brother a very simple question. Show me a black man who authorized the book. He couldn't do it. He claiming, oh, Moses, a black man. Well, give me a description out your book. I asked him a simple question. When was Moses born? What year? Raggy. who is Moses in Egypt? Okay, what year was Exodus? What year was Exodus? What year was Jesus born? What year was Abraham? You're not an Israelite.
Nigga keep running, I don't know. The fuck we listening to you for? You don't know.
Your whole world, your God said your whole world was created in 3761 BC. Huh?
He probably don't even know that.
That's the Ubayyid period. Bro, they already had pyramids then. By 400 years before your God existed.
Hey, yo, Kaz, they probably don't even know that the world was created in 3761 BC. They probably don't even know that,
You're
King.
not ready, right? You better humble down just like the rest of all of you Israelites, because I will beat the rest of you up. I'm the one that want the smoke. You ain't got to call nobody else name.
I take all the smoke for the gang.
That's Kosman.
But what you better be able to do is stand this thou. Because I'm about to come back with the creator and I'm going to drop a light. You shooting a gun. Pim, 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 pim. I'm about to drop a light bomb. I'm going to eradicate your God. That's what I'm trying to do. Man of my word. Right? That's what I'm trying to do. You trying to fight. I'm trying to kill your God. And the only thing that I'm thinking is I'm punching your God, but you're screaming. Our house is burning massa. No, them days is over with. Creator says, I call you from being a carnivorous man of contention to be an herbivorous man of peace. But what you don't know is this is the Kosman era. Kosman means balance. So we're going to have high physicality and spirituality. I will beat you up mentally and then raise you up when I'm done. I'm going to punch you in your eye and then give you some frozen peas for it afterwards. This is what any of y'all in the chat, tough guys, smart guys, bring your God and your Bible and stand on it. I'm going to do you like I do the rest of them. You ain't ready. 4 years and 0 against your Bible. I beat your daddy up too, Lone Wolf. Yeah. He was in that debate with JJ and them. Body Joe daddy too.
Oh, he a loser.
Yeah. The wannabe Rasta dude, Zion or whatever his name is. He was in with them. War Child or whatever.
He was the losing team.
Yeah, he was the losers.
Okay.
So look, it's Freestyle Friday. Kosman up here, free spirit. You dig what I'm talking about? So anytime you ready, first of all, y'all can Google me. You dig what I'm talking about? Hit me up in the email, KosmanCalTV@gmail.com. Go subscribe to the channel. I'm telling you, you don't got a big homie who breaks down cymatics. You ain't got no big homie who over here regularly talking about sonoluminescence. This is what I'm talking about. Do you know who, for instance, let's just say all of my Egyptian friends, right? I smoke you too. But do you know who the Scorpion King was? Can you put him on a date chronologically?
He not talking about The Rock.
Definitely not talking about The Rock. Do you know what Narmer's real name is? Do you know what him mama named him? Do you know who his grandchild is? Who goes on to be the second truly dynastic ruler? Did y'all know that person is a female? It's not even a male. I'll beat you up with Egyptian titulary. Any one of you. Yep, I'm talking like this because I'm going to back it up. What you going to do about it? Source up or shut up. We ain't ducking no smoke over this side. We've been humble for years, and every time we didn't try to call out, now it's the white man. So we've been beating you up 4-5 years regularly.
All they got is jokes in the comment. That's the best thing they got.
That's all they got.
And the white man is the devil, and this is so satanic. And this is a Dr. Seuss book. Why in the hell is it kicking everybody's ass?
And my thing is,
why ain't nobody staying on topic when we debate? Go watch all them debates we had on all those platforms that they've been bringing up. Every last one.
I punch on them so hard by the end of the debate, they arguing my point.
Let me talk to my bro Zion. Hey Zion, we about to get out of here, bro. But these brothers will be back, and I will hit you up and let you know when. But we gotta get out of here. I didn't text my wife and told her I was coming up about a half hour ago.
Hey, DMG, go handle your loin warfare, brother.
Yeah, man.
I salute you, brother.
So I did tell you hit the link earlier, bro. I wanted you to come up for sure. But yeah, next time I'm gonna hit you up in advance and let you know they coming through. So
we already ready.
Yeah, look, he already know he was on the losing team.
Yeah.
We bodied them. And look, we didn't even know he was gonna be in the debate.
Right.
Bodied him. That was easy work.
Easy work. No, but look, hey, look, man. Listen, don't be scared of books. Don't turn down nothing but your collar. Huh? Don't turn down nothing. Get all the yays and the nays. Why? Because information is power. And guess what? Power allows you to do. Lose fear. Fear is the great blocker.
Yep.
Fear is the great blocker. Right? Why? Listen, I don't know why nobody ain't jumping out their seat to come over here and come get at Kosman and take this debate.
Hey, I'm gonna figure something out, family. I'm gonna figure something out. Like, hey, my man GT, he always willing to fight. We got some cats in the versus series, man. So
I'm willing to beat him up if he willing to fight.
We definitely gonna, especially if you coming for the Bible, GT willing to fight. So we definitely gonna. I'm gonna put something together. We gonna get it together, but. Check it out, man. I can't thank you enough for coming through with the lesson. Like you asked, like, bro, you probably answered my question. Cause you know, I try to ask multi-layered questions, and I think you probably did a deep dive into my questions better than anybody ever had. Like that was some thorough answers on those questions, bro. So salute you on that.
Powerful.
No, that's because you brought it out. The question itself was layered and thoughtful. You dig what I'm talking about? So you know that goes as into show where you coming from. You dig what I'm talking about? So you know, I gotta say kudos to you too. You dig what I'm talking about? Because you know, the best of the best bring the best out of the best.
No doubt. No
right?
doubt.
I don't want nothing but who your big dog is. I want to whoop his teacher. I'm that guy. I'm that nice, and I'm not gonna hold my tongue about it or none of that. Jaja made me this way. He made some people raise people up nice, right? Then he made some people to destroy worlds.
Shout out to the Bible breaker in the building. I see you, bro. Hey, bro. Hey, these brothers have hit the shift, and they say they want all the smoke, brother. And they got another book that they coming out of, bro. So you might want to watch the replay if you ain't see the whole thing, man, and see if you want the smoke.
Right.
These brothers that came in NWO style. You hear me? So.
Our book is
they like Hulk Hogan and the Outsiders up in this piece.
Yeah, hey, look what the God said. He said that's one of the most powerful things he had on his channel since. That says a lot. That's volumes right there for the God DMG to say that.
Yes.
Real talk.
Yeah.
See, I could clown the creator gang, but your man just said it's the most powerful thing he heard on his channel since. So sit on that. Let that sink in.
Hey, more to come.
Real talk, yeah. We definitely gotta have you back, bro. So listen,
we got more to build on. You did what I'm talking about, tons to build on.
And like I say, but the brother Kosman got my number. I mean, I think he agreed when we conversed, we just clicked, and he didn't hook me up with some real life advice. And so we didn't talk about some real life things. So I'm definitely gonna be in touch with the brother, like I said. And Daryl Kosman,
Go ahead, bro. Go, my bad.
No, I'm just gonna say, Daryl Kosman, definitely get my number from him. Just text me, let me know it's you, so we can set up our bill too.
Oh yeah, I got you, man. Got you.
And you dig what I'm talking about. Now listen, I ain't ducking no smoke, and I accept all fades already. Right? If you want to, if you want smoke, I already accept. But what I want to let y'all know is, your bro listen, Creator made me a wealth of information, and I love the shit out of y'all. Please use me. Please. Because see, what y'all don't know is I get this free. I get it free. So I give it free. So I'm insured.
Is there no one else?
My bad.
To get more. You see what I'm saying? But holla at your bruh, man. It ain't gotta be a back and forth fighting all the time. First of all, I'll beat you up. So why it gotta be always be that? Why can't it just be 100 and we just talk about some real stuff? You dig what I'm talking about? First of all, can you leave your religion at the door? Because that ain't got nothing to do with Black community building. Religion is the divider. Right? Don't it tell you what? Fear the Lord. Don't tell you to love him. A fear-based doctrine is a blocker, is a loop. It's time to come up out of her, Israel. Yeah. Hey,
Kosman, are you on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. Kosman Cal on Facebook. I think I'm still Kosman Cal on IG too, and Kosman Cal TV on YouTube. Man, listen, y'all go over there, subscribe, share, like, man. I'm telling you, regardless to whatever you talking about, your brother got something that you like. Whatever you like, I am so just out there with topics. Right? You want to learn how to make a world? I show you. It ain't even hard.
Listen, family.
Owaspy say, hold on, real quick. Owaspy say, till you make a earth with its own firmament, you ain't even half the God you gonna be. You ain't even half. And notice I said, you're God. See? Waspy different. God and the creator ain't the same thing. The maker of sun, moon, and stars, and the nigga who showed Moses his booty on Mount Sinai ain't the same thing.
Hey, family, listen. The brother brought the smoke for all my Versus Series debaters. If you want the smoke, even if you ain't a Versus Series debater, but you come on the channel and you support the channel and you want the smoke, hit me up, because this brother has come with some heat. And I think I don't think I'm speaking out of turn when I say the only thing left for these brothers to say is,
man, love like valor.
Is there no one else?
no one else. You understand? So listen, if y'all want to step up, hit your boy DMG, hit your brother DMG up. I got my uncle told me, stop calling yourself boy. I don't care if you're playing, but I keep hearing this voice in my head. Hit your brother DMG up, and we're gonna put this thing together. But brothers, keep in touch. I definitely gotta have y'all back. And I do something called Free Smoke Fridays, and we gonna have to do one of them with the whole creator gang and just let y'all rock out and put people questions on the chat, have people hit the panel the whole demo.
Yeah, that's easy work, DMG. Hey, look, this is just Malachi Maccabee, bro. I got 3 presentations coming up on the home turf. STL on South Tucker, May 5th, 7th, and 9th. It'll be live on Honor and Humility STL on YouTube. I got three live presentations. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be standing room only. If you local in the STL, pull on up. DMG, I'm gonna get your information from Cal, and I'm gonna shoot you mine, and we'll coordinate a few things. But that's May 5th, May 7th, May 9th. You know what I mean? We Creative Gang gonna be in the building. We gonna set the entire city on fire. Let's cook.
For sure. Hit me up, man. I'm gonna have to make a trip down because I'm I'm in the building. So St. Louis is home. I grew up in Berkeley, man, right outside of Kinlock. Both of my parents from Kinlock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hey man. Well, look, we moved around. I went to Hazelwood East High School, Granny and them Northwoods, Pine Line area, and then Granddaddy Hamilton Heights, West Side, Goodfellas, and St. Louis Avenue.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, we definitely in the same. We didn't rock them same roads. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna come down and support.
Small world, DMG.
Hey, DMG, I remember hanging in Kinlock as a little joker, boy.
Yeah. Hey, people don't even realize, man, Kinlock is one of the original all black cities in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Kinlock, bro. Yep, 5-7 day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, and you see what they did to it. So
it's a ghost town now, boy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, they're my stomping grounds. So yeah, we definitely gonna have to get up, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, bro. Look, love, light, and balance to everybody, bro. It's your little brother Malachi Maccabee. I'm out. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.
No doubt. Real quick, family, I got to show y'all this real quick. We got some things coming up this weekend. Y'all know how we do. We got the face-off between our brother, the Bible breaker A1, and our newest sister coming to the Versus series, Quinn, the enigmatic Quinn, as I've dubbed this sister, and I think it fit her perfectly. But that being said, she gonna be making her debut. They're gonna have a face-off. Y'all know the face-off is where we have each participant meet up and come up with a topic for them to debate as they embark down this Versus series road. This will be a paid debate. This will be one of them $100 debates. Each one of these debaters gonna walk away with $50 in their pocket once they decide what they gonna debate. We're going to schedule that thing, and then we're going to bring it to the people. But tomorrow evening, I guess I should say, 6:15 p.m. Central Time will be the face-off with our sister Quinn making her debut against the Bible breaker. And we also going to have that show tomorrow, man. We're going to finally get those results to you. And I got to apologize to the family because, yes, the delay has been due to me being ill, had some setbacks, had to kind of readjust some things. And that's really all I'm gonna say about it. But your boy is on the mend. Here I go with that again. Your man's is on the mend, and things is looking up. I got some real good news today. So I'm back at it, but definitely come and check us out tomorrow. We're going to do that aftermath show and get those results from last week's debates to y'all. Everybody already been taken care of as far as the earnings go, but we're going to get those results to you tomorrow night so we can get those rankings to you at the end of the month. That being said, check me out tomorrow at 4:15 Central Time. The movie by our brother Ryan Coogler, starring Michael B. Jordan, Sinners. I'm gonna give y'all a black existentialist analysis of that movie, and I think y'all gonna enjoy that. We're just gonna break down some of the themes, some of the concepts that I picked up from a personal standpoint in the movie. Some people may agree with it, some people may disagree with it. Either way it go, this is coming from my perspective, my particular outlook as it pertains to black existentialism, and we're gonna break that thing down. That'll be tomorrow at 4:15. So around 7:15, 8:15 maybe, we're gonna have that aftermath show. So y'all look for that aftermath show between 7:15 and 8:15. We're gonna give you the results from last week's debates, Plus, we're going to get into some of the hate we've been getting from some of these Israelite cats like Marble Mouth Molly or JJ 7 Cent, whatever he calling himself. Our sister Naphtali, who took on the social media champion, Dr. Too Sweet, the disingenuous nature by which they went about things. After our sister left the debate, she went on for another 3 hours and showed her whole presentation over. So just a lot of little slick stuff been going on with these Israelites, and we're going to address it because we don't come to people that way. We come with respect, we come with integrity, and we expect the same, especially when they claim to be coming from a certain aspect, and then they turn around and they not even really representing that. We got to call them out on that. So with that being said, y'all make sure y'all be here and y'all come join us and continue to support, man. We're going to keep doing what we do. So shout out to the brothers for jumping on, and we appreciate it, man.
Hey, DMG, I'm going to go and get up out of here, brother. Hey, but before I go, you could do something for me, man?
Yes, sir. What you got?
Hey, can you just breathe in and let that light in? Because I'm Kosman, and I'm out, y'all. Hey, peace, man. Love,
I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, man. We definitely going to have that brother back, man. I hope y'all learned something. Brother, hit me up. We're going to have you back on soon, bro.
Yeah, man. Whenever you ready, man. If you need somebody to just cook something or just whatever, I'm already ready to go.
For sure. So that's what it is, family. It's your brother DMG. That's Kosman Cal, Creator Gang
in this thing. Peace, y'all, man. Love, light, balance, man. I'm out this thing.
Peace, bro. Last sound y'all gonna hear is the musical Messiah, Neo Love, man. So y'all come back and check us out tomorrow. We got some things for you. With that being said, family, we are out. Salute to my brother GT and the rest of the chat. We up out of here, family. Neo Love on the ones and twos. That's peace.
The following music is performed by the musical Messiah, aka the most dangerous Bible believer. Please be advised by how hard it hits.
Have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to the back up on the beat, back up on the sweet, pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You don't wanna have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to the back up on the beat, back up on the sweet, pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You might know that Neo Love, but Neo Love O&E above. Switching lanes in the turning lane, old school, no roof above. Carpool, no room for her. Bitch, you cartoons, we gets it up. We check the sources, you listen to voices, you are not living like us. You say you creeping in houses and all of the monsters is living in fearing of us. Pussy, we are not monsters and we are not pouncing and we are not giving a fuck. We up the score on you niggas, we done outgrowed out you niggas, nigga. Yeah, with DM the G, Craig and the Craig and nobody. They saying Judah the Nads, but he be trash. Bring me the bag. Why the fuck would you brag? No, you ain't living that bad. You are not rad. I take your choices and put them inside of a bag. Smoke them like hash. Then dump out the ash and now the pussy on the crash. You don't wanna have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet, pack up all who speak bad on O&E. You don't wanna have to do it, 'cause if you do it, you gon' have to prove it, you gon' lose it. Nigga, living life in my paradigm, shifting time from one state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet, pack up all who speak bad on O&E. state of mind. Something like the truest, yes sir, I can prove it. Go ahead, bring the hallelujah to you. Back up on the beat, back up on the sweet. Pack up all who speak, that on